1, 2, 3. Testing. 1, 2, 3. Testing. 1, 2, 3. Testing. 1, 2, 3.
Testing. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8.
Better. Yeah, so he said, so when it's at 49, it'll start. After 10 seconds, it'll start. What? After that starts, the 10 seconds, it'll start the broadcast.
So we're going to let it play for 10 seconds and start?
Yeah. Okay. Testing. 1, 2, 3. Testing. 1, 2, 3. Testing. 1, 2, 3. So yeah, so then just pull these down.
Good evening, everybody, and welcome to Bristol Blues Baseball here on The Beat, the Bristol Blues Broadcast Network, on this Saturday evening here at Muzzy Field with the Bristol Blues welcoming in the Worcester Bravehearts. Hello again, everyone, and welcome. My name is Rick Ferraro alongside my good buddy, as always, Mr. Mark Ferraro.
How you doing, sir?
Well, I'm doing well after last night's rain went away. It's still a little overcast now, but it looks like we're going to play baseball here as the Blues take on the Bravehearts. And Mark, when the Bravehearts come here to Muzzy Field, it is usually not good news for them.
Yeah, overall, the fifth meeting between these two teams. And the two things you have to know. Number one, every contest has been decided by one run. And number two, for the Blues, all three victories in comeback fashion.
Last time over here, the Bravehearts, with a big error in the eighth inning, allowed 2 runs to score, which the Blues ended up winning that game by 1. Here, the Chris Davis walk-off game, that was back on June 14th here, which was the last time tonight's starting pitcher for the Blues, Michael Gennaro, pitched.
That's right. And for the Bravehearts, that night on June 14th was also Sebastian Gruzecki. So the same matchup that we saw a while back.
Gennaro, one of those guys who is off to a good start this year for the Blues in 3 starts. He's looking to keep the good times rolling for himself.
Absolutely. The one thing you have to be a little worried about is the rust because he hasn't pitched in so long. But as we know, whether it's the stats this season or in college at Babson, he is a control. The guy has tremendous control, does not walk that many hitters.
At Babson, he walked barely any last year, and so far this year for the Blues, only 2 walks in 14 2/3 innings. But like you said, we'll see what he's like after not pitching since June 14th. It's July 1st here. Bobby Bonilla Day.
That's right.
So we'll get to that later, and we'll get to baseball later as we'll step aside real quick and take a break. And on the other side of this break, it'll be Blues baseball here on The Beat, the Bristol Blues Broadcast Network.
Do you have questions about your retirement? Ameriprise Private Wealth Advisor Christopher Fry can help. With the exclusive Confident Retirement approach, you'll work together to develop a retirement roadmap to get you where you want to go. Call Christopher today at 860-621-5657. His office is located at 100 Queen Street in Southington. The Confident Retirement approach is not a guarantee of future financial results. Investment advisory products and services are made available through Ameriprise Financial Services, Inc., a registered investment advisor. Go to bristolbeat.com ads directory keyword retirement.
The C.V. Mason Insurance Agency is a local, family-owned, independent insurance agency whose goal is to provide you with the best possible coverage at the best possible price. Their fully licensed staff will provide you the customer service you deserve. C.V. Mason, 254 Main Street, Bristol, insuring families and businesses since 1883. So rest assured, they aren't going anywhere. 860-583-4127. Online at cvmasonInsurance.com. CV Mason, there when you need them.
Welcome back inside Muzzy Field here on The Beat, the Bristol Blues Broadcast Network. Just a couple of minutes away from first pitch between the Bravehearts and the Blues here at Muzzy. And Mark is here with tonight's starting lineup for the Bravehearts.
All right, leading off and playing center field, Trevor Johnson. Hitting second, in left field, Pat DeMarco. Hitting third in right field, Joseph Keiko. Hitting cleanup, Greg Kosinski at first. Hitting fifth, the shortstop, Trevor Jensen. Hitting sixth, at designated hitter, John Friday. Brett Coffey, the catcher, hitting seventh. Batting eighth, at third base, Brian the Hitman Hart. And hitting ninth for the Bravehearts tonight, playing second base, Mariano Ricciardi. And on the mound, as we talked about in our pregame show, Sebastian Gruzecki.
And on the mound for the Blues tonight, as we mentioned before, Michael Gennaro. Right-hander comes into this game, not won a game, not lost a game in 3 starts, 3.68 earned run average as the Blues take the field. 14 2/3 innings, has struck out 8, walked just 2, and allowed 18 hits. As we mentioned, last pitch June 14th, right here at Muzzy against the Bravehearts. Went 5 innings in that game, allowed 3 earned runs, 9 hits, 1 walk, and he struck out 1. The Blues defensively line up like this. Out in left field, Nick Roy, Chris Davis at his usual spot in center. Ben Maycock is in right. Jason Gonzalez gets to start at third. Garrett Blaylock is at short, the Vanderbilt left side of the infield. At second base is Mark Tomosa. At first base is Mitch Williams. Behind the plate, Jeff Schoenfeld. And as we mentioned on the mound, Gennaro, the DH tonight, by the way, for the Blues, is Brandon Grover.
And in case you missed it, and I know we talked about this before, last night's game between the Blues and the Suns was suspended after 2 innings. As of right now, there is no date as to when the boys in blue and Pittsfield will resume play in the top of the third. And as for the Bravehearts last night, they were lucky because they didn't have to worry about the game or any rain because they didn't have to play.
And the score in that game after 2 innings was 3-0 Blues. They had scored
right.
a run in the first and 2 in the second. And Keith Grant came on for his second full inning of work, and during his warm-up tosses, threw one to the backstop, and the umpire said, okay, everybody off the field.
Yeah, that was it. That's all the umpire needed to see was a throw that go all the way to the backstop. But this is a big start. I'm really curious to see what happens with Gennaro tonight because of the long layoff. So we'll see if there's any effect for him on the mound.
The native of Greenwich, Connecticut, goes to Babson College. Last year with Babson, pitched in 9 games, all of them starts. Had a really good season, went 6-2 with a 2.90 earned run average. Went 68 in the third innings, walked only 5 batters and struck out 38. In his college career over 2 seasons at Babson, 107 and 2/3 innings pitched, he's walked just 7.
And the crazy stat, he almost had as many complete games as walks. 4 complete games last year for the Beavers.
The Bravehearts leadoff hitter Trevor Johnson steps in. Gennaro deals first pitch fastball strike. And we are underway here at Muzzy Field at 7:01. Much earlier start time than last night's at around 9:13.
That's right.
0-1 is outside 1-1.
And these 2 teams will play again on Monday.
Check swing did not go around. Count 2-1. Coming into this game, Johnson hitting .324, 22 hits and 68 at-bats, 1 home run. He's driven home 12. Gennaro deals, breaking ball straight, count even at 2-2. Left-hander working very quickly on this first batter, deals a 2-2, and that's popped up in the air to center. Davis under it, and the first batter of the game is retired. 1 away.
And you know, something else that we're going to keep an eye on tonight, whether or not manager of the Bravehearts, J.P. Pine, will he go back to Tyler Lone Star, who we have seen here lose 2 games to the Blues?
Last 2 times he's pitched against the Blues was here, and both times he lost the lead, once in the 8th and once in the 9th. So he does not like Muzzy Field. Here's Pat DeMarco. First pitch is fouled back over our heads behind the plate in the count 0-1. DeMarco hitting .341, 15 hits and 44 at-bats, no home runs. He's driven home 4. Gennaro deals on the inside corner, quickly ahead of the count 0-2.
And of course, what makes this game even more important is that it's in the division.
Which is a tight division.
It is.
This one's looks like it's going to come down to the wire. 0-2, breaking ball in the dirt. DeMarco wouldn't offer it, and the count now 1-2. DeMarco fouls that one right side and out of play.
Yeah, both teams only trailed the Dirt Dogs by a couple games. And we'll get to Wachusett a little bit later in our scoreboard update, but they play a doubleheader today against the Sharks.
Gennaro deals the 1-2, outside 2-2. Coming into this game, the Blues are in 3rd place in the Western Division, 2 points ahead of the Bravehearts. Blues come into this game 12-12, the Bravehearts 11-12. 2-2 pitch is hit in the air to center again. Davis toward right center, and it's Maycock, the right fielder, who makes the call on the catch. So 2 fly balls to the outfield and 2 outs here for Gennaro in the first.
And now here comes Joseph Kaiko. 2 things you have to know about him. He leads the league in RBIs with 25 and home runs with 7. And if you're wondering about his average, he's currently 11th, hitting .341.
And it's fun coming to the park early when the Bravehearts are here and watching as Gennaro misses down on the way, ball 1, and watching Kaiko take batting practice.
Right, we saw last Saturday him put on a display.
He hit some moonshots here. Breaking ball hits the inside corner, count even at 1-1.
But even yesterday we were talking about the Blues and their success here at Muzzy Field, 8-4 overall and 6 comeback victories.
1-1, and that's lined down the right field line and well foul. And the count 1-2 with a lefty-on-lefty matchup.
Even foul balls, they're shots.
I hope the Bravehearts bus was not parked in that area that he just fouled that ball off. That's usually where they park the buses down the right field line.
Yeah, you got to be careful. That was a moonshot.
1-2, 2-2. So every batter Gennaro has faced this inning has been at a 2-2 count. The first two batters on 2-2 counts fly out to center and right. Here comes the 2-2 to Keiko. He pops one up foul, left side and out of play. Count remains 2-2.
And there's no doubt that we'll see Keiko here in 18 days at the All-Star game.
Absolutely. Coming up quick.
Before you know it, that Tuesday night.
Going to be a big night here at Muzzy Field. A lot of people around Bristol excited about the All-Star game. 2-2 pitch from Gennaro. Outside count now full, 3-2. We'll be here for that game.
Yes, we
That'll
will.
be broadcast
That's
here
right.
on the beat. Gennaro now deals a 3-2 pitch, and that's hit in the air to right. Maycock started it in, now goes back and makes the catch to end the inning. A 1-2-3 first inning, all three outs recorded in the outfield. After half inning of play, Bravehearts nothing. Blues coming to bat here on the beat, the Bristol Blues Broadcast Network.
Sometimes we make mistakes in our lives, and you may require a bail bondsman. Joe from Fernari Bail Bonds will bond you out with fast, professional service. He'll treat you with the respect and dignity you deserve. No bond is too big or too small. So when you're in trouble, give Fernari Bail Bonds a call, and Joe will get you through your most difficult situation. Joe is not only your bail bondsman, he's also your friend. Attorney referrals are available. Call Fernari Bail Bondsman at 860-919-3129. Payment plans are available, and all major credit cards are accepted. Joe's the man to get you out of a jam. Go to bristolbeat.com's ad directory, search keyword bail bonds.
Welcome back to the beat, the Bristol Blues Broadcast Network. To the bottom of the first we go, between the Bravehearts and Blues, no score, as we just about to start the bottom of the first.
The Beat and Bristol Blues Baseball would like to take you and three others out to the old ball game. Listen to every Blues home game on The Beat, Bristol's Rock Mix. Throughout the broadcast, we will give out the Blues Player of the Game. Then you must head over to the Beat's website, bristolbeat.com, or Facebook page. Look for the Beat Blues Enter to Win form. Check this out. All correct entries have a chance to win family 4-packs of tickets to an upcoming home game at Muzzy Field. Each ticket comes with a first round of snacks on us. Tonight's player of the game is hitting 7th and playing shortstop, Garrett Blaylock. Listen for the player of the game to win only on the Beat, the official broadcasters of Bristol Blues Baseball.
We'll go through the Blues lineup. Tonight, leading off is the second baseman Mark Tomosa. Chris Davis batting second and center. The first baseman Mitch Williams hitting third. Ben Maycock in the cleanup spot is out and right. Jason Gonzalez bats fifth. The third baseman Jeff Shanefield, the catcher, hits sixth. The shortstop Garrett Blaylock will hit seventh. As Mark mentioned, the player of the game tonight. Brandon Grover's the DH. He's hitting eighth, and rounding out the order is a left fielder, Nick Roy.
And when we saw Gruzecki back here on June 14th against the Blues, he pitched 5 innings, gave up 5 hits, 4 runs, 3 of them earned, walked 2, and struck out 3. That was his first start of the season. In his last start against the Rocks, he picked up his first victory in a 4-1 win over them. In that game, he pitched 4 in the third innings and threw 81 pitches.
So combine those two, he's only thrown 9 in the third innings this season and struck out 7, walked 4, allowed 8 hits in those 2 starts. The ERA of 3.85 as Mark Tomosa, the leadoff hitter for the Blues, digs in. Coming into this game, hitting .310. The right-hander Gruzecki deals. Fastball on the outside corner, 0-1.
And Gruzecki is only 19 years old.
Florida Gulf Coast man.
Go Eagles.
Oh, so he'll be a sophomore next year. Yeah. The 0-1 pitch, fastball, swing and a miss, 0-2. And people usually hear Florida Gulf Coast. They imagine the basketball team that went on quite a run in the NCAA tournament a couple years ago.
That's right.
Made it to the Sweet 16, Elite 8.
Something
I want to
like
say Sweet
that.
16. I'm not sure. I have to look that up. 0-2 to Tomosa, just misses the outside corner, 1-2.
So Frasca and Maroka both get the night off again.
1-2, breaking ball fouled off right side and out of play count, holds at 1-2.
But that's what we were talking about a few games ago, how this team is so deep with their bench. They can turn to any guy at any point and put him in the game, and they usually always come up big in any situation that is presented to them.
I mean, we got even deeper once the Vanderbilt guys got here. 1-2 fouled straight back, and with Gonzalez at Blaylock, I mean, you already had people who could play multiple positions. Now you throw in more guys, and it just makes that bench even deeper. And then plus, you never know. You could see Vraska in this game. He might be playing short, but he can come in to pitch in this game.
Right, we saw him strike out 5 that one appearance.
1-2, check swing. He went around, says the home plate umpire. So Tomosa down on strikes. And that's how the Blues half of the first inning starts. Then I'll bring up the center fielder, Chris Davis.
Now, this is the guy, if you're a Gruzecki, you do not want him on base. Chris Davis leads the team with 13 stolen bases, which we have documented so many times before, and has only been caught once.
On the season, hitting .274, 23 hits and 84 at-bats, 1 home run, and he's driven in 8. First pitch is slapped on the ground, foul, just outside of third. And the count 0-1.
And who's on deck? Mitch Williams, who we have seen so many times this year at first base.
And you know what I got to say what's impressive about Davis is you see a lot of guys who are speed guys who make the rosters in baseball on all levels of baseball. As Davis awaits the 0-1, high and away, 1-1. But the speed never goes to use unless he's a pinch runner because they don't get on base. I have a prominent example, Billy Hamilton with the Reds.
Sure.
Never gets on base, even though he's one of the fastest players in baseball, as Davis fouls that away 1-2.
And you can't steal first.
Exactly. What's impressive about Davis is not only hitting .274, but it has a .351 on base percentage. So he gets on base, and that's how he's able to put his speed to use.
You like just the way he comes about himself in terms of being a slap hitter and just get on base.
1-2, slaps one in the center on a line, but caught by Johnson. So hit it hard, but right at the center fielder. And there are 2 away, and that'll bring up the number 3 hitter, Mitch Williams.
And we go all the way back to that game on June 11th, the Mitch Williams game. Once again with 2 outs, 2 strikes, hits that 2-run home run, which ended up being the deciding factor in giving the Blues that 6-5 win.
Williams second on the team in average, hitting .350. Fastball outside 1-0, .350, 14 hits and 40 at-bats, 1 home run. He's driven home 7. Hasn't played in as many games, though, as his teammates. That slapped into left, but foul, and count 1-1.
Yeah, Mitch Gilmet still leads the Blues in batting, hitting .385 in 9 games and 26 at-bats.
Gruzecki deals the 1-1 pitch. Breaking ball on the outside corner. And the count 1-2. Both these pitchers working quickly in the first inning and throwing a lot of strikes.
Yes, and that's definitely what you want to do early on in this game, as we see so many times, especially with 2 outs. Some of these pitchers always tend to struggle for that 3rd out.
1-2 pitch in the dirt. Williams did not offer at it. And the count 2-2.
It was interesting, though, with Gruzecki when he was a freshman at Florida Gulf Coast. 10 appearances, all in relief. Did not make 1 start.
The right-hander deals the 2-2 to Williams, outside 3-2. And I think we detailed that on that June 14th game, that that start might have been his first start since high school.
Yes, I believe so. Yeah. So it's been a while.
3-2 pitch, and Williams lines it foul left side and out of play, and the count holds at 3-2.
But he's definitely getting used to that now. This is his 3rd start of the season.
3-2 count on Williams here in the bottom of the first with 2 out, nobody on. And that's drilled in the air to center field. Johnson is under it to make the play to end it. So both pitchers toss 1-2-3 first innings after a full inning of play here in Muzzy Field. No score on the Beat, the Bristol Blues Broadcast Network.
Would you let your child drive a car without taking a class first? Heck no. So don't let them graduate high school unprepared for the real world. This program introduces a student to themselves, unlocking their full potential. Help your kids find their gift, leading to a successful life. Classes are available locally and nationwide. Sign up your student today, ages 10 and older. For more information, call 860-309-0182 or visit bristolbeat.com, add directory, keyword, Work It. Let Work It help you.
Welcome back to the Beat, the Bristol Blues Broadcast Network. To the top of the second inning we go here at Muzzy Field with no score.
Make sure you join us at Muzzy Field for our next game on Monday, July 3rd, as your Bristol Blues will once again host the Worcester Bravehearts. First pitch is scheduled for 7 p.m. It's Military Appreciation Night, and it's free admission to all active military and veterans.
A lot of games coming up this week at Muzzy. After tomorrow, they go on the road, and Monday, Tuesday.
Right, and Tuesday's 4th of July night game will be against the Silver Knights, who we just saw here this past Wednesday.
And Monday's game is against these very same Bravehearts. Here's Greg Kuczynski to lead things off in the second against Michael Gennaro. Takes one inside 1-0.
So center fielders got a lot of action in that first inning.
1-0 pitch, breaking ball in the outside corner, count 1-1.
Chris Davis and Trevor Johnson with 2 outs apiece.
Gennaro working very quickly, and that's in the dirt, count 2-1. Kuczynski comes into this game hitting .286, 20 hits and 70 at-bats, 4 home runs, and he's driven home 16. Broken bat, liner, foul outside of first, and he snapped it over his knee, a la Bo Jackson. But I'm not going to give him a full Bo Jackson, as that one bat had already broken. Bo Jackson, back in the day, took a whole bat that had not been cracked and snapped it over his leg. We'll give him a half Bo.
What a beast he was.
Oh, do not want to see that man coming. 2-2, and Kuczynski goes down looking. So Gennaro picks up his first strikeout of the night. Kuczynski asked the home plate umpire kindly where that one hit the corner. So one away here in the second, and that'll bring up the shortstop, Trevor Jensen.
Yeah, what rush was I talking about? Gennaro's out there throwing strikes, as he always does.
I guess if it's in you, there's no rust in him.
It's amazing how great his control is.
Jensen takes a strike 0-1.
Which I think, when you look at his overall stats, 18 hits and 14 innings, I think you can live with it, especially when he's not going to walk anyone.
0-1 pitch, foul straight back 0-2. He seems like he's always been ahead of count in this game so far. And like you said, if he's not going to walk people, you can deal with the hits.
Especially if they're singles. Absolutely.
0-2, popped up foul right side and out of play, still 0-2. And this is the kind of guy fielders like to play behind, where he's working extremely quick.
That's their best friend. Want them to be active out there.
0-2 pitch to Jensen in the dirt, 1-2. Jensen comes into this game hitting .350. That's second on the Bravehearts. 28 hits and 80 at-bats, 3 home runs. He's also second on the team in runs batted in with 21. Trails only Keiko in that category. 1-2, fastball outside, just missed, count even at 2-2.
I was going to say Jensen is not too far from behind from catching Keiko in terms of most RBIs in the league.
2-2, that's looped in the air to shallow right, and that's going to drop in for a base hit in front of Maycock. So the first hit of the game belongs to the Bravehearts and Trevor Jensen. So he's on with a 1-out single, and that'll bring up the DH John Friday.
And once again, we see the Bravehearts come back to Muzzy on a Saturday when Friday's at the plate.
Again, we're not going to get this. We're not going to face the Bravehearts on a Friday.
There's got to be one Friday that they're going to come back here.
Gennaro deals in the dirt, and that hit him. So breaking ball missed down and in and hit Friday. So he heads to first, and runners on first and second. 1 out for the Bravehearts now. And Brett Koffel, the catcher, stands in.
And all you need to know about Gennaro in that last start he made against the Bravehearts, he threw 72 pitches. So we'll see if he gets over that amount tonight. 52 of them were strikes.
That allows you to not walk guys. I mean, he's only got 2 walks coming into this game. How did you see a hit by pitch? Koffel pops one up into right, shallow. Maycock, the right fielder, makes the call on the catch. And there are 2 gone here in the second.
Now bring up the number 8 hitter tonight for the Bravehearts, third baseman, Brian Hart.
Hart hitting only 147 so far this season, 5 hits and 34 at-bats. He does have 3 home runs, though, and has driven in 6. So of his 5 hits, 3 home runs and 2 singles.
Sometimes it depends who the person is, but you'll take that if a guy gives you some power.
First and second, 2 out. Gennaro deals, and that's hit on the ground up the middle. Blaylock fields, flips to Tomosa at second for the fielder's choice to end the inning. So nice job by Gennaro after putting 2 on with 1 out to get out of it unscathed. After an inning and a half, no score between the Bravehearts and the Blues here on the Beat, the Bristol Blues Broadcast Network.
Being arrested and charged with a crime is frightening and stressful. It is important to remain silent until you can speak with an attorney who knows how to protect you. At the law offices of Jody Zills Gagny, I take pride in smart and proactive criminal defense. I will guide you through the legal system and diligently pursue the best possible result within the framework of the law to get the charges dismissed, negotiate on your behalf, or fight for you at trial. Before you talk to anyone, call attorney Jody Zills Gagny at 860-582-4495 or go to the ads directory at bristolbeat.com and search keyword Jody, that's Jody with an I, for the law offices of Jody Zills Gagny.
To the bottom of the second inning we go here on the Beat, the Bristol Blues Broadcast Network. No score between the Worcester Bravehearts and your Bristol Blues.
And we'll see the 4, 5, and 6 hitters come up for the Blues in this bottom of the second. Ben Maycock will lead off, followed by Jason Gonzalez, the third baseman tonight, and then catching Jeff Schanfeld.
They'll come up against Sebastian Kruzecki, who had a 1-2-3 bottom of the first inning, got a strikeout and a couple flyouts to center. And you have to imagine, if this game is late and it's a tight game, I have to imagine that Tyler Lone Star is going to be nowhere near warming up in that bullpen after the last two experiences he's had here at Muzzy Field.
Yeah, you would think so. You would think manager J.P. Pine will look to someone else to get these last outs here because this might be the last team he wants to see. As you mentioned, those last two appearances, 2 losses, his only ones of the season.
So I doubt. That's why I doubt. If it's close, there's probably a good chance you might not see him.
Maybe you'll see him if they're winning by a lot or losing. Sometimes you're just bringing him back in to get confidence. But other than that, if it's a close game, yeah, I don't think you want to bring him in this situation. The potential third loss.
Here's Ben Maycock to lead off the bottom of the second for the Blues. Maycock on the season hitting .306, 19 hits and 62 at-bats, 3 home runs. He's second on the Blues in runs batted in with 13, trailing only Jake Frasca, who is not playing tonight. Gruzecki deals. First pitch is fouled at the plate, count 0-1.
So Maycock tries to get back in the lead for home runs. Only 2 behind Frasco.
We just took a look at the weather here. As it sees, it's gotten quite cloudy here. And it says 70% chance of rain at 8 o'clock and 80% chance at 9 o'clock.
And you got to be careful because you were right on the button there yesterday.
Yeah, we got close as Maycock takes low 1-1. We said there was going to be rain around 10, and 10 minutes before 10 it started raining. 1-1, Maycock takes low and away 2-1.
Yeah, that's the last thing you want to see tonight, especially, like yesterday. 2-3 innings, that's pretty much it. And then you got to resume it at a later date. Now, obviously, the Bravehearts come back here on Monday, so that's a possibility if the rain does come back.
2-1, looped in the air to center. Johnson comes in, makes the catch, and that's 3 straight flyouts to Trevor Johnson out in center field. So 3 of the 4 outs have been flyouts to center for the Blues. One away here in the bottom of the second, and bring up the third baseman, Jason Gonzalez.
Yeah, getting so much work early in this one for Johnson out there in center field. But let's not overlook the big play that Gonzalez made the last time they played the Bravehearts here at Muzzy. He saved the game.
Actually saved the game with runners on first and third, I believe, with 2 out. Blues up by 1, a ground ball up the middle. Made a fantastic diving play and a flip to second for the force to end the game as the first pitch to Gonzalez is outside, ball 1. And our producer Jordan just pulled up the radar and it says rain starting in 32 minutes. So we'll keep our eyes out to the skies for that one. Count 1-0 on Gonzalez. Fastball, swing and a miss. Count 1-1.
That's pretty interesting, though. They give an exact time, 32 minutes.
If it doesn't start in 32 minutes, I want my money back, Jordan. Gonzalez hitting .235, 4 hits and 17 at-bats, no home runs. He's driven in 3. Another fastball swung through it. Count 1-2.
And on deck, Jeff Schanfeld, the catcher, hitting 6 tonight for the boys in blue. Because yesterday we saw Zyberski start.
And you met his parents last night.
I did.
Here comes the 1-2 to Gonzalez. Outside 2-2, and he was wearing, I love this. a Chicago Cubs personalized jersey, number 23, with Schoenfeld on the back.
Oh, that was great. Nice gentleman. Told us how he listens to all the games and watches them on YouTube.
2-2 pitch, fouled off right side, out of play. But when I first saw 23 Chicago Cubs, I did not. And I saw the letter S. I thought I said Ryan Sandberg because he wore 23. Correct?
Yes, he did.
So I thought it was a Ryan Sandberg jersey. Here comes the 2-2 pitch to Gonzalez, breaking ball outside. Good at bat so far for Gonzalez. The count now full of 3-2.
But yeah, Mr. Schoenfeld was a great gentleman. Walking into him yesterday before the game, as so many fans stuck out.
Oh, there was a great crowd here last night, despite the weather and the long wait. I mean, we had a 2-hour and 13-minute rain delay. 3-2 pitch. Just misses the outside corner. The fastball is down in the way, so Gonzalez is the first base runner for the Blues with a one-out walk. Here in the second, that'll bring up the aforementioned Jeff Schoenfeld.
Yeah, I guess to start tonight, we saw Zyberski behind the plate yesterday for those 2 innings. With Schoenfeld back in the starting lineup tonight.
Schoenfeld hitting .255, 13 hits and 51 at-bats. 2 home runs. He's driven home 10. Has a runner at first and 1 out here in the second inning. No score between the Bravehearts and Blues.
And those 2 home runs were right here.
In one game. First pitch is high from Gruzecki in the count 1-0.
But we've seen him work so hard behind the plate. How many times has he kept those balls in front of him?
Fantastic defensive catcher. Strong throwing arm, but more impressive is his blocking ability. He's kept so many wild pitches from getting to the backstop. 1-0 is on the outside corner, 1-1.
Checks back with the umpire there, making sure that was called a strike.
Probably asking, can I get that from my pitcher next inning? Check on Gonzalez at first. He's back easily.
But that's definitely the thing. If you're going to call that a strike, you better make sure Gennaro gets the same calls.
Oh, that's exactly what he wants. Probably not for himself, definitely for his pitcher. Gruzecki with a long hold, now delivers the 1-1. Breaking ball in the dirt. And the count 2-1. I still feel, despite all the great advanced stats that have come out over the past probably, 5, 15 years or so, some are more useful than others. I still feel that catchers don't get their due with defensive stats. I still feel like they struggle to evaluate catchers. I mean, you have pitch framing stats, but I still feel like they don't really
enough.
grab it to, because catching is so much more, I think, than just stats themselves.
Oh, it is for sure. All the pitches you got to call and everything. Pitcher has so much trust in you.
2-1 is inside, 3-1. I just feel like advanced stats don't capture sometimes where they pitchers, like you said, pitchers like throwing to certain catchers.
You were my favorite catcher to throw to.
Ah, thank you. I appreciate that. I'll give you the $10 later. Here comes a 3-1 to Schoenfeld. Hit on the ground in the left field. There's a base hit. So the Blues catcher picks up the first hit of the game for the Blues, and now the Blues have runners on first and second, 1 out. Same situation like the Bravehearts last inning with first and second, 1 out. Bravehearts got nothing out of that one. Let's see if the Blues can get something out of this as player of the game comes up, Garrett Blaylock.
Hey, we saw him yesterday get a hit in the bottom of the second inning to give the Blues an early 1-0 lead. He went opposite field. Great piece of hitting. And let's see if he can do the same thing here, where it looks like the shortstop might be a good chance to go in that direction and give the Blues a 1-0 lead.
First pitch from Gruzecki. It goes right to that hole. Mark called it in the left field base hit. They're going to wave Gonzalez around third. He'll score without a throw. An RBI single for Garrett Blaylock, and the Blues strike first as they take a 1-0 lead here in the second inning.
See, that's all you got to do. The shortstop was wide open. Go the way, opposite field, bang, base hit. And just like that, the Blues once again are up early.
For Blaylock, that is his 5th run batted in of the season. In his 8th game played since coming and joining the Blues from Vanderbilt. He drives in home his Vanderbilt teammate in Gonzalez. And it's first and second, 1 out and a run in. And Brandon Grover, the DH, standing in. Takes a curveball, strike 0-1. You call that one right through that hole there.
And he could do it again. No lefty at the plate. Shortstop's more towards the back, so that leaves a big hole open right there.
Here comes the 0-1 to Grover. In the center field, that's going to get down for a base hit. They are going to wave Shanefeldt around third. He will score. On the his way to third is Blaylock. An RBI single for Brandon Grover, and it's 2-0 Blues with runners on first and third looking for more.
Nice job there by Grover, ripping it to right center, bringing in Shanefeldt, and just like that, 2-0, as we'll see the coach for the Bravehearts go out and try to settle down the righty, Gruzecki.
Before that at-bat, Grover was hitting .244, 10 hits and 41 at-bats. 1 home run. With that RBI, he now has 4 runs batted into the season. A nice solid single to right center, and good base running by Blaylock allows him to go to third, so he can score on a deep fly ball.
That's all you need. Let's get a nice early lead like last night. But hopefully this game goes 9 innings, and the Blues can get over 500 once again. But that's the best thing you like about it, too, because it's the bottom of the order getting the work done. Doesn't matter if it's top of the order, middle of the order, bottom. Everyone on this team always contributes night in and night out.
And here's a guy who's been red hot over the past couple weeks. Nick Roy has averaged all the way up to .311, 14 hits and 45 at-bats with 2 home runs. He's driven home 7.
It's amazing when we started seeing Nick Roy early on in the season, hitting about 100, but now hitting over 300.
First pitch is high, ball 1. First and third, 1 out, 2 runs in for the Blues in the second inning. They lead it 2-0. A native of Middletown, Connecticut, alum of Xavier High School, takes a strike in the count 1-1.
Your alma mater.
It is my alma mater. A couple years older than him.
We were rivals.
Yes, as I know. Notre Dame of West Haven versus Xavier, a big rivalry. 1-1 count on Roy. Gruzecki sets and delivers. Swing and a miss, and he's down on the count 1-2.
And on deck for the Blues, we'll turn the lineup over as Mark Tomosa is waiting on deck. He struck out.
I mean, you look at Roy, his season. Going into the June 20th game against the Suns, he was hitting .067. 1-2's inside, 2-2.
Well, all you need is those.
Now he's hitting
hits.
.311.
Yeah, that's all you need is just those couple of hits to get you going. You get more comfortable. You get that confidence back.
He's risen his average 244 points since June 20th. 2-2, popped up, right center. It's going to be caught in right field. Coming in from third is Blaylock, and he is going to score.
On cue.
Nick Roy with the sac fly. His 8th run batted into the season, and 3 spot for the Blues here in the second inning. They lead it 3-0.
3 straight RBIs, 7, 8, and 9 hitters. But, Rick, you called it. Sacrifice fly. All you have to do there, hit the ball in the air, get the 3rd run in.
And give that credit to Blaylock going first to third on that base hit to center field.
Yes, he did.
In the previous batter. A strong throw by Keiko, but it was way late. And runner goes from first. That's hit up the middle. Fielded at second, right at the bag. Was Ricciardi at second base for the force out. With 3 runs for the Blues here in the second inning. They lead at 3-0. Who's ready to the third here on The Beat, the Bristol Blues Broadcast Network.
The Beat Bristol's Rock Mix is proud to be the official broadcast station of the Bristol Blues, the city's very own baseball team. So whether you're at the field or away, catch every home game from Muzzy Field by listening to the broadcast at bristolbeat.com or on our free app. This year's winning combination, Bristol Blues Baseball on Bristol's Rock Mix, The Beat.
We're back on The Beat, the Bristol Blues Broadcast Network. 3-0. Blues lead it as we start the top of the third inning.
There are 3 more dates for fireworks this season here at Muzzy Field. Here we go. Mark your calendars. Saturday, July 8th at 7 versus the Dirt Dogs. Number 2, the All-Star Game on Tuesday, July 18th at 7. And the last game of the regular season, Sunday, August 6th, also against the Dirt Dogs at 7. So 3 more days for fireworks at here. Muzzy Field.
It'll be the 9-1-2 hitters against Michael Gennaro here in the third inning. Gennaro has looked good so far, had a 1-2-3 first inning. Started the second inning off with a strikeout, then allowed a single and a hit by a pitch before getting a fly out to right and a fielder's choice to end the inning.
But yeah, once again, the Blues scoring runs early. So let's see if Gennaro can keep doing what he has the first two innings. Keep putting up zeros, keep that pitch count low, and let's get this offense up again.
Gennaro looking to have a quick inning. He's been working fast so far. Mario Ricciardi leads things off, the second baseman. First pitch, foul left side on the play. Here comes our Ricciardi, the Nori Aoki batting stance lookalike.
That's right.
So if there is ever a contest for a Nori Aoki stance lookalike award winner, he'll probably win that.
And speaking of Aoki, quickly for 1 second, he actually pitched last night, the ninth inning.
I did against the Yankees. They scored a couple runs off him. Here comes the 1-1 pitch. Outside 2-1.
Even Chris Carter had a hit.
We'll not start getting into that. We can go all night on that one. 2-1 the count. Gennaro deals, and that's popped up. Middle of the infield. That's Blaylock at short. Makes the play, and there's one out to start the third inning. And so far, 3 innings for Gennaro. He's got a leadoff man out all 3 innings.
And that's so important for a pitcher. You want to get that first out of the inning and just work your way past that. And he's been great so far. And as he faced Johnson here, who flew out to Chris Davis back in the first.
Lefty kicks and fires. Breaking ball strike 0-1. He is working very quickly. I like the pace of his night so far. And quickly ahead in the count 0-2. He's not giving these Bravehearts hitters much time to get set in the box.
No, he's not. And you know what? I bet he knows what the weather forecast looks like as well.
Possibly. I'm sure he's going in between innings, possibly looking at the radar. 0-2 is hit up the middle. That's going to get through into base center field for a base hit. So Johnson on with a 1-out single. Second hit so far for the Bravehearts. The 1-on-1 out, and that'll bring up left fielder Pat DeMarco.
Now this is a very big batter so far in this game for Gennaro, because you don't want DeMarco to reach and to have 2 on and 1 out for one of the best hitters in the league, Keiko, who's on deck.
DeMarco flat out to right his first time up, fouls that one straight back, count 0-1.
Yeah, top 3, already 3-0 Blues over the Bravehearts.
Lefty checks on the runner at first. Kind of with that check at first base. Got to be careful not to break that plane with his leg. Looked like his leg was coming forward as he threw to first. 0-1 is fouled away, 0-2.
And the Blues once again looking to win their 4th game against the Bravehearts this year, which is important because, again, it's in the division.
And every game in this division, the breakable misses down and in 1-2 is so close. As we mentioned earlier, they're just 2 points ahead of the Bravehearts.
And that's the key. As you mentioned, it's a point system.
1-2 pitch, outside 2-2.
And DeMarco, his first at bat, flew out to Roy and left.
Outside now 3-2. So Gennaro ahead in the count quickly 0-2, but has lost him now. 3-2. Let's see if they send Johnson for first. There he goes. And that's hit on the ground left side. Diving play by Gonzalez, but it just prevents the ball from going to left field, which could play important because that prevented Johnson possibly from going to third. So it's going to be an infield hit for DeMarco. First and second, 1 out, and a dangerous hitter coming to the plate, and Joseph Keiko.
Yeah, you got to see here which pitch Gennaro will go to try to get out Keiko here. Even obviously you want double play to get out the inning, but you just want him to not do any damage here and try to some way, somehow get this tough hitter out with 1 out.
Keiko flat out to right his first time, and he hit him. Right in the lower back. Second batter that Gennaro has hit, which is quite unusual from him considering what great control he has. So now he's in a jam here in the third. Bases loaded, 1 out. And Greg Kuczynski coming to the plate.
Right, because if you go back to the top of the second, he hit Jensen with 1 out. And now the bases are juiced for the Bravehearts.
Breaking ball strike on the outside corner, 0-1. So at third is Johnson, at second is DeMarco, and at first is Keiko. 2 singles and a hit by pitch. Corners for the Blues are in. Here comes the 0-1. Foul back, 0-2.
And that's the one thing, with the bases loaded, you want to make sure you get ahead of the count. So obviously it's in Gennaro's favor, up 0-2. And one thing to keep in mind, runners in scoring position, hitters are batting .500 against Gennaro.
Kuczynski so far this season hitting .273 against lefties, 0-2. Outside 1-2. That was coming into this game before he struck out in his first at-bat in the second inning. That .273 average coming into the game against lefties is about 20 points lower than his average against righties. 1-2. Breaking ball in the dirt, held up. And now the count 2-2.
But nice job right there by Schoenfeld, keeping the ball in front of him and keeping that runner on third.
A jam for Gennaro here in the third inning with the Blues up by 3. 2-2 the count, 1 out, bases loaded. Lefty sets at the chest, delivered the 2-2 to Kuczynski, and that's drilled to right center field and deep. Maycock going back, and he can't get it. It's up against the wall. 1 run's going to score. DeMarco's going to score. Keiko's going to hold at third. A 2-run double for Greg Kuczynski, and the Bravehearts now trail the Blues by 1. It's 3-2.
Yeah, tough play out there in right field by Maycock. He went back and back and back and just missed it. 2-run score. I thought we were going to see the 3rd-run score there, but rightfully held up, and now you'll see 2nd and 3rd 1 out. And I'll bring up Jansen, who already has a hit for the Bravehearts back in the 2nd.
For Kuczynski, he now has 18 runs batted in on the season. That's 3rd on the team, and runners on 2nd and 3rd, 1 out, infield back.
Everyone is trying to catch up to Keiko, who leads with 25.
Again, the corners are in for the Blues. Middle infielders are back, and Jensen swings through the fastball 0-1.
But like we saw what Nick Roy did back in the bottom of the 2nd for the Blues, if you're Jensen here, you could deliver a run with a productive out.
0-1, swung on and missed, 0-2. So just like he did with Kuczynski, got ahead in the count 0-2. Let's see if he could put him away early.
And the first hitter he hit is on deck, John Friday.
Foul tip, and Schoenfeld could not hold on to it. So the count remains 0-2 as the umpire heads out to the mound to give Schoenfeld some time to recover after that foul tip.
That was a tough play, though, going back to that two-run double by Kuczynski out there in right field by Maycock. He did what he can. He went all the way back there and just missed it.
Reached up at the last second. That was just out of his reach. Almost fantastic play. I think he started in originally. I think he took one step in with the ball right at him. That's fouled away. Still 0-2. I think that cost him at the last second.
So Johnson and DeMarco scored. Keiko's on third. Kuczynski's on second, with Jensen at the plate.
The lefty Gennaro deals, and again, fouled off. That's 3 straight foul balls by Jensen with an 0-2 count.
He's making them work, though. Even he's down in the count 0-2. As some of the fans are going after that foul ball.
Gennaro about to deliver pitch number 58 in the game, and it misses for ball 1.
So he was in great shape, but this inning has definitely elevated that.
He's thrown a lot of pitches this inning. Started off with a pop-up to short, and then single hit by pitch double. And that's popped in the air. Shallow right, the second baseman Tomosa out and makes the catch. So a big out there by Gennaro as the pop-up does not allow the runner to score from third. And there are 2 out with runners on second and third as John Friday comes to the plate.
Yeah, great piece of pitching there by Gennaro to get Jansen to pop out to Tomosa, keeping that runner on third. But now there's still work to be done with Friday stepping up to the plate. And once again, going back to his last start, only 72 pitches. So you have to see how long the leash will be tonight with him on the mound.
Especially since it's been almost, 3 weeks since his last start. Pitches outside, 1-0 to Friday.
And he obviously might get a little tired as opposed to other pitchers who we have seen here throw 80-plus pitches.
And Gennaro was originally scheduled to start last night.
Yes.
And then once you had the rain delay, they decided not to start him. And as that's tapped foul at the plate, count 1-1. Instead, they decided to go with Brandon Fox.
Right, Fox went in and pitched the first inning. Then we saw Keith Grant go out there. And because Gennaro pitches tonight, that means Malachi Edmond makes a start tomorrow against the Silver Knights.
1-1 pitch. Up the middle, that's into center field. That's a base hit. Kaiko is going to score. Kocinski will be held at third. On his way to second is Friday, and he gets in safely. So he goes to second on the throw. RBI single ties the game at 3. Runners on second and third, 2 outs again. But now it's a tie game.
Yeah, just like that, the Bravehearts respond. Once the Blues score 3 in the bottom of the second, they score 3 in the top of the third and can still get some more runs here with second and third, 2 outs. And Brett Coffey stepping up to the plate. But we have seen so many times this year, all these teams always respond once the other one puts up some runs.
First pitch to the Bravehearts catcher is a breaking ball swung on a missed 0-1. Yeah, the Blues with 3 in the bottom of the second. Bravehearts come right back, score 3 in the top of the third.
But not surprising when these two teams play each other.
It's always tight games, and it's always back and forth affairs, it seems. Gennaro deals the 0-1. That's hit in the air to right. Maycock drifting back. He makes the catch, and that will do it. But the Bravehearts score 3 times here in the third inning, and just like that, erase the Blues' 3-0 lead. Tied at 3 as we head to the bottom of the third on the Beat, the Bristol Blues Broadcast Network.
Looking for a great day out on the golf course? Join us for the Central Connecticut Chambers of Commerce Golf Tournament taking place Monday, August 7th at Tunxus Country Club in Farmington. This tournament is tons of fun with lots of prizes, great food, free gifts, good company, and some beautiful golfing. Plus the chance to win 5 hole-in-one prizes, including $10,000, 2 Harleys, and 2 brand new cars. Sponsorships, foursomes, and individual golfer opportunities available. Register today at centralconnecticutchambers.org.
Welcome back to the Beat, the Bristol Blues Broadcast Network. To the bottom of the third inning we go here at Muzzy Field. And threes are wild as we head to the bottom of the third. 3-3 game.
Well, we'll say, hey, here, if the Blues can respond once again and try to get this lead back in check for them as the 2, 3, and 4 hitters will step up. Chris Davis, who lined out to Johnson in center field. The same for Mitch Williams back in the first. And the same for Ben Maycock in the top of the bottom of the second.
Blues scored 3 runs in the bottom of the second inning to take a 3-0 lead, and the Bravehearts came right back and scored 3 times in the top of the third inning. But a nice job by Gennaro with runners on second and third to prevent any more runs from scoring by getting a fly out to right field to end the inning.
And we've seen that a lot too, in terms of a pitcher giving up multiple runs but never giving up the lead entirely. At least Gennaro kept the game at 3. And with the Blues offense, which has been raking, as we talked about so many times over the last 7 games, they can easily put up some more runs here.
To that point, over the last 10 games, the Blues as a team hitting .303.
I just made it.
With 11 home runs and 57 runs batted in as a team. And over the past 5, hitting .302.
And there was one game this year that the Blues had 5 home runs on the road in the victory.
First pitch to Davis. Misses for ball 1. As Sebastian Kruzecki on for his third inning of work. The right-hander deals. Breaking ball misses high and away, 2-0.
And next inning, it's time for On This Day in Baseball History.
I'm really excited about this one.
Well, we missed yesterday's.
We had some good ones yesterday, too, as that one's fouled away left side, 2-1.
We did have 3 good ones, but unfortunately, no one's going to know what they were.
You look them up if you're at home.
If you want, I can.
But tonight is going to be really good.
Yes.
I'm really excited about tonight. 2-1 pitch, slap foul, 2-2.
If you want, I can send them to your email. Everyone listen out there.
Right. I mean, do you mind if I give out all your personal information, email address, phone number?
We'll stick with just the email.
All
just
the
the email. It's all right.
All your groupies might start texting you and wanting stuff from you. As that's hit in the air to left field, and that one's caught out in left field by Pat DeMarco for the first out. One away here in the bottom of the third. I'm going to bring up Mitch Williams.
Here comes the Wild Thing, who flew out to Johnson back in the first, hitting third tonight for the Blues, playing first base.
I don't believe. No, I can't. I have to go back and look to make sure, but I don't believe Williams has hit third this year. As he takes outside ball one.
I think he's always hit around fifth. We've seen him. Maybe fifth or sixth.
Yeah, I can't. He's moved around a little bit, but I don't remember him being in the third spot. That's high 2-0. I'm not saying he's not deserving it, but he's definitely deserving, based on how he's hit this year, to be in the third spot. But this might be the first time he's been there.
Well, you know what? It's a great chance for him, especially with no Frasca in the lineup. Move on up.
Grzycki deals the 2-0 to Williams. A little high, and he's ahead in the count 3-0.
What they always say, next man up.
This will be pitch number 50 coming up from Grzycki. 3-0 gets the call on the fastball up in the zone, count 3-1.
You're going back to a few games in the past, we've seen Mitch Williams hit fifth a lot.
Yeah, that's what it's been. Mostly been fifth. That's hit on the ground to second, which he already fields, throws to first, and there are two outs here in the bottom of the third.
As now Ben Maycock steps up. But yeah, good thing for these scorebooks, right? You can go back to any game and look up what happened.
That's why we got him. I'm pretty sure if we keep looking, he's never hit third. Now I got to see the road games. We don't have the scorecards for the road games.
That's right, we don't.
So those are the ones I'm more worried about. Here's Ben Maycock. He flied out, as Mark mentioned earlier, flied out to center. His first time up. 2 out, nobody on here in the third. First pitch is on the inside corner, strike 0-1.
It's always important, too, for a pitcher. Once they give up a few runs, how do they respond the next inning? So far for Grzycki, 2 quick outs. But let's see here how long it takes him to get that third one.
0-1, breaking ball, strike 0-2. Good curveball there. Probably the best one he's snapped off so far. Maycock trying to extend this inning. Here comes the 0-2 pitch. And he won't, as he goes down swinging for the final out of the third. After 3 full innings of play here at Muzzy Field, it's a 3-3 game between the Bravehearts and Blues. On the Beat, the Bristol Blues Broadcast Network.
The Beat and Bristol Blues Baseball would like to take you and 3 others out to the ball game. Listen to Bristol Blues Baseball home games on The Beat. Throughout the broadcast, Ricky and Mark will give out the Blues player of the game. Then head over to The Beat's website at bristolbeat.com or our Facebook page at Bristol Beat and look for the Blues Enter to Win form. All correct entries have a chance to win a family 4-pack of tickets to an upcoming home game at Muzzy Field. Each ticket comes with a first round of snacks on us, The Beat, and Bristol Blues Baseball. Listen for the player of the game to win on The Beat, the official broadcasters of Bristol Blues Baseball.
Welcome back to The Beat, the Bristol Blues Broadcast Network. To the top of the fourth we go here at Muzzy Field with the Worcester Bravehearts and the Bristol Blues knotted at 3. And we go to Mark for one of my favorite things on the broadcast.
All right, we're going to go back 74 years ago, 1943. The All-American Girls Professional Baseball League played the first ever night game at historic Wrigley Field. The All-Star game featured one team consisting of players from the South Bend Blue Sox and Rockford Peaches. The other team was made up of players from the Kenosha Comets and Racine Bells. The first game under the lights for the Cubs was not until August 8th, 1988.
Long time. First pitch to Brian Hart, third baseman, is outside 1-0 from Gennaro.
Everything ties together because the Rockford Peaches, what movie were they featured in?
Outside 2-0, and Alex, I'm going to go with what is A League of Their Own.
Correct.
Released 25 years ago today.
Look at that.
July 1st, 1992. 2-0 pitch, breaking ball, strike 2-1.
That's right, Jordan. No crying in baseball. That's right.
Exactly. One of the best lines in a movie. Tom Hanks delivered that one perfectly. There's no crying in baseball. 2-1, hit on the ground to short. Blaylock with a tough hop, and he will not make the play. Hart will reach. Let's see what they give him. And they will going to give him an error. So Hart reaches on the E6, and he's on to lead off the fourth for the Bravehearts, and then I'll bring up Mariano Ricciardi,
who popped out to Blaylock back in the second.
So 1 on, nobody out here in the fourth. 3-3 game between the Bravehearts and Blues. Gennaro trying to work around the leadoff error. First pitch, breaking ball in the dirt, 1-0.
We have two more good ones to get to.
I think League of Their Own, I'd say, is probably one of my top 5 sports movies.
It's got to be up there. It's a classic.
1-0 pitch is fouled away, count 1-1.
Obviously, when you think of baseball movies, you mention League of Their Own. Can't forget about Major League. The Wild Thing. Willie Mays Hayes. Pedro Serrano. All those guys.
Fantastic movie. That's hit on the ground to second. Let's see if they can turn 2. Tomosa to Blaylock 1. On to first. Safe! Ricciardi beats the return throw, so the fielder's choice goes 4-6. And there is 1 away. And that'll go back to the top of the order, and Trevor Johnson.
I will go to the year 2000. Ryan Dempster and the Florida Marlins defeated Mike Johnson and the Expos 6-5. The importance of that game, well, there was 3 connections to Canada. Number 1, the game was played in Montreal. Number 2, both starting pitchers, Dempster and Johnson, were born in Canada. And 3, that year was Canada's 133rd birthday.
Canada Day. Happy Canada Day to all our Canadian listeners. As that one's popped up right side, foul territory. And dropped at the last second. Blaylock and Tomosa collided just a little bit at the last second, and that caused Blaylock to drop the ball. So it will go as a foul ball. And the count 0-1.
Now Ronnie Palmer was coming out to talk to the umpire, but yeah, that's always never a good sign when you see 2 players like that go after the ball. You knew right away that was going to be trouble. Just missed it.
Now I think Ronnie Palmer's talking to the umpire to say, as he heads back to the dugout now, to say that he looked like he held on to that. Now I feel like we're talking about a football game, but that he held on to the ball for a decent amount of time before it was dropped. That's what I think discussion was about. That's another hit by pitch as Gennaro hits Johnson with a breaking ball. That's the 3rd batter that Gennaro's hit.
Yeah, he hit Keiko, Friday, and now Johnson. And now DeMarco steps up to the plate with 2 on and 1 out, and Keiko on deck. That's very weird to see from Gennaro tonight. 3 hit by pitches.
Now 2 of them were right-handed hitters. Keiko was a lefty, and the right-handed hitters took breaking balls that just broke into them. But still, that's 3 hit by pitch. He's allowed 5 hits as well. And his usual no walks. First pitch to DeMarco is popped up into shallow center. Davis makes the call on the catch. And there are 2 on here in the 4th.
Okay, last one, 2004. The Red Sox faced the Yankees at Yankee Stadium, and in the top of the 12th inning, Derek Jeter made an unbelievable catch by diving into the stands. When Jeter walked off the field, you can see the future Hall of Famer with bruises and blood on his face. Trot Nixon was out for the Red Sox, and Tanian Sturts was on the mound for the Yankees. How did that game end? When John Flaherty drove in a winning run off pitcher Kurt Leskanek.
Keiko fouls one off right side and out of play, count 0-1.
And obviously John Flaherty now is a current Yes Network analyst. That was his signature moment as a Yankee because there was pretty much nobody else available to pinch hit, but he got the job done that night.
I remember that game like it was yesterday. I can't believe that's 13 years ago already. Here comes the 0-1. That's ripped down the right field line, foul, count 0-2.
And we talked about this game a few weeks ago in the car, how there was so much back and forth in that game between those 2 teams.
Oh, that game, I remember the starting pitchers in that game. Pedro started for the Red Sox, and Brad Halsey, a young lefty then, started for the Yankees. You just go through the names in that game that appeared in that game. Here comes the 0-2 to Keiko. Outside 1-2. I mean, the Red Sox, Nomar was still on the team at that point before they traded him.
And Nomar did not make an appearance in that game because there was a shot of him on the bench.
Nomar was on the bench in that game. Obviously, Manny Ortiz. 1-2 pitch. Ripped foul again. And still 1-2.
That's as much as I'll talk about 0-4. I won't talk about the play. we won't talk about the playoffs. We're not going to do that.
I'm sure the Red Sox fans out there who still want to talk about it. But that was one of the wildest games I think I remember ever seeing. I mean, they went to 6-man infields, 1-2 pitch, popped up. Schoenfeld in foul territory, makes the catch, and Gennaro works out of the jam. Strands 2 runners, and we head to the bottom of the 4th, still tied at 3 between the Blues and Bravehearts here on the Beat, the Bristol Blues Broadcast Network.
Bristol Blues present Northeast Wrestling live at Muzzy Field in Bristol, Connecticut on Friday, July 28th. See Rey Mysterio, Big Sexy Kevin Nash, Jack Swagger, Jerry Lawler, Hacksaw Jim Duggan, Wrecking Ball Ligursky, Ron Zombie, and more. Autograph signing with the stars before the event. Tickets start at only $10, available now at BristolBluesStore.com, NortheastWrestling.com, or at the Stadium box office. See Rey Mysterio, Kevin Nash, Jack Swagger, and more live at Muzzy Field in Bristol on Friday, July 28th. Brought to you by Ben & Jerry's of Connecticut.
We go to the bottom of the 4th here at Muzzy Field on the Beat, the Bristol Blues Broadcast Network. 3-3 game between the Bravehearts and Blues as the Blues send up their 5, 6, and 7 hitters against Sebastian Gruzecki. It'll be Jason Gonzalez, Jeff Schoenfeld, and Garrett Blaylock.
But you mentioned before Bobby Bonilla Day. You can never forget it, especially Met fans.
Bobby Bonilla Day. For those unfamiliar with Bobby Bonilla Day, July 1st, every year, former Met Bobby Bonilla gets a $1.19 million payment from the New York Mets deposited into his bank account for something that happened in 2000.
And to think that he's going to get paid until the year, and we're not joking, 2035. It's going to be a total of $29.8 million for a guy who's not playing for the Mets right now.
So basically what happens is Bobby Bonilla rejoined the Mets for his second stint in 1999. 2000 in off season, right before the 2000 season, re-signed with the Mets for $5 million. I think it was $5.9 million, I believe.
Yes, 5.9.
Then the Mets release him. Instead of paying him that $5.9 million through that season, he negotiates with the Mets and says, "Well, let me defer it and defer payments." And somehow, as Jason Gonzalez steps in and takes a strike on the outside corner, 0-1, somehow ends up from 2011 to 2035, he's getting $1.19 million every July 1st.
And what you say, in 2013, he made more money than any of the Mets outfielders?
He certainly did. 0-1 pitch is down and away, 1-1.
Well, you can't forget about Bonilla because he was a member of the 97 Marlins team. And I believe he had the home run in the World Series,
He did.
too.
He was a World Series champion. 1-1 pitch to Gonzalez, hit on the ground to short. Jensen Fields fires to first, and they get Gonzalez. One away here in the 4th.
So definitely Gruzecki has settled down since that second inning when he gave up 3 runs. As now Jeff Schoenfeld will step up, had an RBI, or actually got a base hit back in the second, and scored on Blaylock's RBI.
So when you wonder, well, why did the Mets agree to this thing? Well, this was 2000. They were involved with a certain man named Bernie Madoff, who they thought they were getting good. They were going to make tons and tons of money with this. The Wilpons did, Fred and Jeff. First pitch to Schoenfeld is low and away, 1-0. So instead of making millions and millions, they were not really making what Mr. Madoff said they were making. And now they're stuck with paying Bobby Bonilla until 2035. 1-0 pitch ripped into right center field. That's going to get down for a base hit. And Schoenfeld with a wide turn. He's going to go for 2. That might have been a poor decision as he's going to be out by a mile. Not a good decision by Schoenfeld there. The right fielder cut over very quickly to cut that ball off. And Keiko made a strong throw to second base. So a single for Schoenfeld, and he's out 9-6.
Yeah, sometimes these players will obviously be a little more aggressive there. Try to get to second base. Try to maneuver his way there, but could not. So now 2 outs as our player of the game Blaylock steps up, who got that RBI back in the second.
Pitch to Blaylock is a breaking ball. Low, count 1-0.
And went opposite field because that hole at shortstop was wide open.
Great piece of hitting by Blaylock with that RBI hit. Hits one on the ground right side. Ricciardi with a diving play. Comes up with it and then loses it. So that'll go as an infield hit on a tough play. So Blaylock is now 2 for 2. Nice start to the night for our player of the game. So he's on with 2 out, and that'll bring up Brandon Grover.
But we saw the bottom of the order have success in the bottom of the second because Grover, like Blaylock, drove in an RBI. So let's see here if the Blues can work some magic and score some runs with 2 outs and retake the lead.
First pitch to Grover, high 1-0, finishing up that Bobby Bonilla talk. So far, Bonilla, through these deferred payments, which is also collecting an 8% annual interest rate, by the way, so far has made a little over $8.3 million. And by the time, as Grover swings and misses 1-1, by the time the Mets are finished paying him, he would have gotten $29.8 million, according to ESPN.
Oh, man.
So quite a deal from turning down $5.9 million to turning it into $29.8. 1-1 pitch, outside 2-1. Not only that, but he's also getting more deferred money from
the Orioles.
The Mets and Orioles split the contract, his first contract, and he's getting money from that too. Runner goes as Grover drills one in the air to deep center field. Going back is Johnson. He makes the catch, and that will do it. After 4 full innings of play here at Muzzy Field and Bobby Bonilla Day, it's 3-3 here on The Beat, the Bristol Blues Broadcast Network.
Do you have questions about your retirement? Ameriprise Private Wealth Advisor Christopher Fry can help. With the exclusive Confident Retirement approach, you'll work together to develop a retirement roadmap to get you where you want to go. Call Christopher today at 860-621-5657. His office is located at 100 Queen Street in Southington. The Confident Retirement approach is not a guarantee of future financial results. Investment advisory products and services are made available through Ameriprise Financial Services, Inc., a registered investment advisor. Go to bristolbeat.com, ads directory, keyword retirement.
Welcome back to the Beat the Bristol Blues broadcast. We're to the top of the 5th we go here at Muzzy Field with the Bravehearts and Blues knotted up at 3.
Now, for all you Blues fans out there listening right now on the Beat, the boys in blue will be in action tomorrow on the road against the Silver Knights. Game time is scheduled for 5:05, and then join us again here at Muzzy on Monday against the same Bravehearts, and then Tuesday, the 4th of July, in a 7 o'clock showdown with the Silver Knights.
Nice way to spend your 4th of July. Nice combination. Baseball, Muzzy Field,
Apple pie,
hot dogs. Leading off things for the Bravehearts here in the 5th inning will be the first baseman, Greg Kaczynski. It'll be the 4, 5, and 6 hitters for the Bravehearts. Kaczynski struck out looking in the 2nd and had a 2-run double in the 3rd.
But no surprise, top 5 when you look at these two teams, and the game's tied.
First pitch, a strike on the outside corner, 0-1.
We wouldn't expect any less from these two teams.
That's drilled to deep right field. That is going to get down for a base hit. One hop against the wall. Kaczynski getting into 2nd, and he is going to make it with a stand-up double, his 2nd double of the game. And the Bravehearts with a good start to the inning. Runner at 2nd, nobody out.
Yeah, back-to-back doubles now for Kaczynski right there to lead off the top of the 5th as now Jensen steps up to the plate, who's 1 for 2 on the night. And now his job right now, with a runner on 2nd, nobody out, is to get Kaczynski to 3rd with less than 2 outs. So hit the ball right to the second baseman, Tomosa here.
For Kaczynski, he now has 6 doubles on the season with 2 tonight. That's tied for the team lead with Jensen and Keiko. He's at 2nd, nobody out. And Jensen swings and misses at a slow breaking ball, count 0-1.
And we'll see again how long Gennaro will go on the mound tonight for the Blues.
That's fouled off, count 0-2. Gennaro, will be coming up, his 84th pitch of the game.
You can see the bullpen stirring a little bit there in left field.
Considering he hasn't pitched since June 14th, and now he's approaching 85 pitches. I imagine he won't be in too much longer as Jensen fouls out again 0-2.
And with pretty much a day off yesterday where you only used, obviously, Fox for 1 inning and Grant for 1 inning, you can go back to those guys if you want. Or we've seen so many times this year, any person he brings in can give him 2 or 3 innings out of the bullpen.
0-2, breaking ball high, 1-2, so that is a good point.
Because all those guys are well rested by now.
They are. So, I mean, the rain out on the road earlier definitely helped them out. 1-2 pitch, hit on the ground to short. Blaylock Fields throws the first to get the out. On his way to third goes Kocinski, so he's at third base with 1 out. And that'll bring up the DH John Friday, who is 1 for 1, was hit by a pitch in the 2nd inning, and had an RBI single in the 3rd.
We just learned from our PA guy, John, that John Tonoli is warming up for the Blues right now. A guy who we have seen a lot of times here at Muzzy Field give the Blues at least 2-3 innings.
Corners in for the Blues. Middle infielder's back as Friday takes outside 1-0. So the Blues will trade a run for an out here. If the ball is hit to one of the middle infielders, there's a fastball in the outside corner 0-1.
And Friday's been on base twice. That hit by a pitch back in the 2nd, and then the RBI single in the 3rd.
1-1 outside 2-1. It's still cloudy here in Muzzy, but down in left field you can see some sun setting action out there. 2-1, high and away 3-1. And we may see Natoli coming in quickly here as Gennaro seems to have lost it. That's hit in the air to right. Maycock going back. Kocinski tagging at third. Maycock's throw is going to be way late. A sac fly for Friday, and the Bravehearts have taken their first lead of the game. They lead it 4-3.
But see, that's all you needed from Jansen and Friday. 2 productive outs gets Kocinski scoring, and just like that, the Bravehearts now have a 4-3 lead. So every time you get a leadoff double, that's all you need to have happen. 2 outs, move those guys over, and that was perfectly executed there by the Bravehearts.
And I'm bringing up Brett Koffel. He has flied out to right twice tonight. 2 outs, nobody on. Takes a fastball high and away 1-0.
But of course, you're the Blues. You're not worried because they've done this 3 other times against the Bravehearts this year.
I would say if you're the Blues, you have them right where you want them.
That's right.
The way it's been going here at Muzzy lately with the Blues and Bravehearts as Koffel takes a strike 1-1.
It's just amazing, though, the fight of this team. Every time we see him here, even on the road, their comeback ability.
1-1, slow breaking ball. Koffel swings over the top of it, count 1-2.
Because everyone in that locker room believes the manager could preach it. Listen, we're only down by 1. We'll come back. So many at-bats. Get to the bullpen. Work the count. Get those guys on base.
1-2 in the dirt, skips away. And the count 2-2.
And you take advantage of every miscue that comes your way.
Just like they did in the last meeting between the Bravehearts and the Blues when Jensen at short threw the ball away in the 8th inning. That's popped up right side. And in foul territory, the ball is caught by Mitch Williams to end the inning, but the Bravehearts scratch out a run. They now lead at 4-3 as we head to the bottom of the 5th here on The Beat, the Bristol Blues Broadcast Network.
The CV Mason Insurance Agency is a local, family-owned, independent insurance agency whose goal is to provide you with the best possible coverage at the best possible price. Their fully licensed staff will provide you the customer service you deserve. CV Mason, 254 Main Street, Bristol, insuring families and businesses since 1883. So rest assured, they aren't going anywhere. 860-583-4127. Online at CVMasonInsurance.com. CV Mason, there when you need them.
We're back on The Beat, the Bristol Blues Broadcast Network. 4-3. The Bravehearts lead the Blues as we head to the bottom of the 5th. For the Blues, it'll be the 9-1-2 hitters. Nick Roy, Mark Tomosa, and Chris Davis.
The Beat in Bristol Blues baseball would like to take you and 3 others out to the old ball game. Listen to every Blues home game on The Beat, Bristol's Rock Mix. Throughout the broadcast, we will give out the Blues Player of the Game. Then you must head over to the Beat's website, bristolbeat.com, or Facebook page. Look for the Beat Blues Enter to Win form. Check this out. All correct entries have a chance to win family 4-packs of tickets to an upcoming home game at Muzzy Field. Each ticket comes with the first round of snacks on us. Tonight's player of the game is Garrett Blaylock, who is currently 2 for 2, hitting 7 tonight for the boys in blue. Listen for the player of the game to win only on the Beat, the official broadcasters of Bristol Blues Baseball.
Nick Roy will lead things off for the Blues once a catcher comes out for the Bravehearts. Koffel, popped up to end the top of the 5th. He still has not made it out to the field, and now
I will see the manager come out and talk to the umpire.
He's still not out there.
J.P. Pine giving an update. Where's Koffel?
Both teams have their bullpens working right now. And we're just waiting for a catcher. Not usually something we wait for. Maybe Koffel hurt himself, can't come into the game.
Because another catcher might be coming in from the bullpen right now. Coming in the dugout.
Nope, it's Koffel. He's coming back out. Not sure what the problem was. But he makes it back out there. Nick Roy was a long time waiting in the on-deck circle. And Koffel will throw it down immediately, and we'll get the bottom of the 5th underway. Nick Roy, in his first at-bat, with a sac fly to right field for his 8th run batted into the season.
4 runs for the Bravehearts on 6 hits, and for the Blues, 3 runs on 5 hits. Here as we enter the bottom of the 5th.
Anthony Oletta is the lefty warming up in the Bravehearts bullpen. First pitch spiked in the dirt. Count 1-0. We hear fireworks.
Yeah, we do.
Coming from somewhere.
It's coming early tonight.
I don't know exactly what you're going to see. It's not totally dark yet. 1-0. Fastball strike 1-1.
So Roy, Tomosa, and Davis, the 9-1 and 2 hitters for the Blues, trying to tie this game up at 4.
Gruzecki deal. That's lined into right field for a base hit. So Nick Roy with a wide turnaround first, but we'll hold off right there. Satisfied with a leadoff single here in the bottom of the 5th. 1 on, nobody out. We go back to the top of the order and Mark Tomosa.
So the hot hitting of Nick Roy continues. Exactly what you want. Leading off an inning. Nice base hit to right field. Now we'll see what happens with Tomosa, who's over 2 with a strikeout in the first. And a ground ball in the second.
So 1 on, nobody out. As Mark mentioned, Tomosa 0 for 2. Roy off first. First pitch from Gruzecki squares the bunt, but it's outside for ball 1. Sorry, we called the strike 0-1. Didn't look like he raised his right arm.
You got to watch Nick Roy over there at first base. Might be going here.
And there he goes, right on cue. That's hit on the ground to short of the hit and run. That might be an infield hit, and it will. They said Jensen, the shortstop, to go cover the throw with Roy going, and he hit it perfectly right to him. Jensen had to stop, recover, head back to the ball, and by the time he got there, Tomosa was just too quick to be thrown out at first. So it's first and second, nobody out for the Blues, and Chris Davis coming to the plate.
So you like to see that right there. As Roy goes, shortstop has to move over. By the time he gets back there, obviously with the speed of Tomosa, he's going to make it. And you look now, first and second, nobody out.
And Davis with a bunt and fouls it off third base side. So the count 0-1.
I like that, though, by Tomosa there. If you drop down the bunt, have the third baseman field it, throw it to first, then you'd be set up second and third, 1 out, for Chris Davis, a guy who loves these situations. Oh, he's up right now.
So he still loves these situations.
Loves
First and second, nobody out. 0-1 the count on Davis, who's 0 for 2. Flight out to center and flight out to left. Squares the bunt again and again fouls it off. Let's see, probably swinging away here on 0-2.
Yeah, it's always risky now with 2 strikes. Davis can definitely do it. But now with 2 strikes, definitely be swinging away here. As we continue to hear fireworks, we believe.
I sure hope it's not thunder. 0-2 the count on Davis. First and second, nobody out. In the dirt, not bunting there. The count 1-2.
And on deck, Mitch Williams, who's 0 for 2 on the night. Flew out to Johnson in the first and hit a ground ball to Ricciardi in the third.
Pitch number 74 coming up for Gruzecki. And it's a breaking ball in the dirt again. And the count even at 2-2.
And Gruzecki in his last start again threw 81 pitches, so he's creeping up on that amount here in the fifth.
Davis loves to hit with runners in scoring position, hitting .333 with 7 runs batted in. Has a runner at second here and lines one up the middle, and that will get down for a base hit. Holding at third as Roy had to make sure Johnson and center didn't catch it, and the Blues are set up here in the 5th inning. 3 straight singles, bases loaded, nobody out in the middle of the order coming up, starting with Mitch Williams.
But you even mentioned that was a smart job there by Johnson, though, to put up his glove, try to fake out the runner on second base. Didn't matter because it's still a job for Davis for a base hit. Base loaded, nobody out, and we'll see a pitching change coming up. So Gruzecki night is over.
So it will be a left-hander coming on for the Bravehearts. We'll be right back as we take a short break here on The Beat, the Bristol Blues Broadcast Network.
Sometimes we make mistakes in our lives, and you may require a bail bondsman. Joe from Fernari Bail Bonds will bond you out with fast, professional service. He'll treat you with the respect and dignity you deserve. No bond is too big or too small. So when you're in trouble, give Fernari Bail Bonds a call, and Joe will get you through your most difficult situation. Joe is not only your bail bondsman, he's also your friend. Attorney referrals are available. Call Fernari Bail Bondsman at 860-919-3129. Payment plans are available, and all major credit cards are accepted. Joe's the man to get you out of a jam. Go to BristolBeat.com's ad directory, search keyword bail bonds.
We're back in the middle of the bottom of the 5th inning. And the pitching change for the Bravehearts as Sebastian Gruzecki exit with the bases loaded and nobody out. And it'll be the left-hander Anthony Oletta who will try to contain the damage for the Bravehearts. This will be his 6th appearance of the season. Of his 5 previous appearances, has started 4 games. This will be his 2nd relief appearance. 18 innings pitched. He has struck out 24, walked 12, allowed 18 hits. Has a 7 ERA. Last pitch June 29th on the road against the Suns when an inning in that game, allowed a hit, struck out 3, and not allowed a run. The reason his ERA is 7, June 25th against the Dirt Dogs, went 2 2/3, allowed 8 runs, all of which were earned.
And his 2 responsibilities coming up for the Blues are both lefties, Mitch Williams and then Ben Maycock. So lefty on lefty matchup as he comes in with the bases loaded and nobody out. Always a tough spot for a pitcher to come in out of the bullpen. I mean, at this point, you're just asking him to, in a way, if he gets out of this inning with 1 run, you'll take it.
Oletta this season has pitched in 1 situation when a batter has come up with the bases loaded. In that at-bat, he gave up a grand slam.
Oh, he did?
So bases loaded, nobody out here as Mitch Williams stands in. He's 0 for 2. Left-handed hitters hitting .333 against Oletta. Pitches down in the dirt 1-0, so not a good thing for a lefty to have lefties hitting .333 against you. The 1-0 to Williams. Foul straight back, 1-1. Was right on that one. Mitch Williams this season against lefties hitting .300. Right on the nose. So this seems like this matchup kind of gives advantage Blues.
Oh, for sure, definitely. With Mitch Williams at the plate and those numbers you just said. But Blues trying to respond to the Bravehearts 1 run in the top of the 5th.
The 1-1 to Williams. Hit on the ground right side. Does it sneak through? Yes, it does. 1 run is going to score. Tomosa will score as well. On his way to second is Williams, and he's in there. A 2-run single for Mitch Williams. And the Blues retake the lead. They lead at 5-4 as he goes to second on the throw.
Nice piece of hitting there by Williams, going to right field. Just gets by the second baseman, Ricciardi, and just like that, both these teams back and forth in all their meetings this season, and the Blues retake the lead 5-4 as that run scores Nick Roy and Mark Tomosa, as Davis is now on third and Williams on second, as now the infield is coming in.
So second and third, nobody out, and Maycock stands in. He's 0 for 2. Flied out to center in the second, struck out swinging in the third.
And because of the throw home to the plate, that allowed Williams to go to second.
First pitch, a strike, 0-1. So when we said advantage Blues in that situation with Williams hitting well off lefties and Oletta struggling against lefties despite the lefty-on-lefty matchup, the stats held true there.
You're so smart.
I just read them. I just read what I look up. Count 1-1 on Braycock.
But definitely here with the Bravehearts, you have to bring the infield in this spot, especially with nobody out. You got to try to cut down that runner coming to the plate.
1-1 to count on Maycock. Oletta deals, fouled away, count 1-2.
Especially with thunder now that we're hearing.
That is definitely not fireworks.
No. So you got to be
Earth's version of fireworks. The second and third, nobody out. At third is Davis. At second is Williams. 2 runs in for the Blues. They lead at 5-4. And this is a big inning for the Blues. If they can complete this inning up by 1. 1-2 popped up in the infield. Koffel behind the plate makes the catch. And a big first out for the Bravehearts as Maycock fouls out to the catcher, 1 away.
And now stepping up will be Jason Gonzalez, who worked the walk back in the second and ground out to short in the fourth. But we just saw the notification on the computer screen how rain will continue for 103 minutes.
We'll have to count down every single one of those minutes. Infield remains in for the Bravehearts with second and third now 1 away. Blues with 2 runs here in the 5th inning with a 5-4 lead, looking for more. The first pitch to the right-handed swinging Gonzalez, swing and a miss, count 0-1.
Yeah, if you're the Blues, you definitely don't want to leave these 2 runners on base. Great opportunity here to extend the lead and at least make it 7-4, but Oletta made a great pitch there to Maycock to have him pop out to Caulfield.
Lefty sets and delivers, swing and a miss again on a high fastball. Gonzalez struggling with the high fastball tonight, and he's quickly down on the count 0-2.
But on deck is Shanefield, who has 2 hits already tonight for the Blues. 1 in the second, 1 in the fourth.
0-2 the count on Gonzalez with 2 ducks on the pond. Davis at third and Williams at second. And he struck him out. So Gonzalez goes down on 3 pitches. And there are 2 outs now with runners at second and third still. And now Jeff Schanfeld will try to deliver a big hit here.
Yeah, absolutely. This is a big batter in the game right here. This could be a difference between 1 run or 3 runs. But Oletta comes back, gets 2 big outs. But still work to be done here to get a guy out who already has 2 hits in the evening.
Schanfeld singled and scored in the second inning. Singled to right and was thrown out trying to stretch into a double. In the fourth as he takes a fastball on the outside corner 0-1.
And now we'll see as well what conditions will this affect with the rain coming down now.
Yep, starting to rain now. Here at Muzzy Field. Something we've said too much over the past 24 hours. The 0-1 to Schanfeld. Inside corner strike 0-2. So now Oletta is now a strike away from working out of second and third, nobody out.
And if he actually gets him out here, you definitely sign up for that. only allow 2 runs and keep this game within 1.
But 2 important runs considering now it's raining.
Yeah, right.
0-2 pitch coming up. Chopped up the middle. That's going to be a tough play. Jensen Fields throws. Out! It was juggled at first base by Koczynski, and he said he was out as first base coach arguing, and Schoenfeld as well arguing, saying there's no way he beat the throw or he didn't have control of the ball. The inning is over, but the Blues do score 2 to take the lead. It's 5-4, the end of 5 full innings of play. Here on The Beat, the Bristol Blues Broadcast Network.
Would you let your child drive a car without taking a class first? Heck no. So don't let them graduate high school unprepared for the real world. This program introduces a student to themselves, unlocking their full potential, help your kids find their gift, leading to a successful life. Classes are available locally and nationwide. Sign up your student today, ages 10 and older. For more information, call 860-309-0182 or visit bristolbeat.com, add directory, keyword, Work It. Let Work It help you.
Welcome back to The Beat, the Bristol Blues Broadcast Network. We go to the top of the 6th inning. At a rainy Muzzy Field, the Blues have a lead, 5-4. We start at the top of the 6th.
If you can't make it over here to Muzzy Field, don't panic because we have a solution for you. You can either watch a live stream of the game on BristolBluesBaseball.com or listen to every home contest on Bristol's Rock Mix The Beat, the official broadcast station of your Bristol Blues. And in case you missed it, The Beat was voted the best local radio station by the Bristol Press Readers Poll, Best of 2017.
I wish we could take credit for that, but I think that's more of the two Steve Savino and Steve Gagne over at The Beat who take more of the credit for that.
Yeah, great guys. Great guys at the station.
New pitcher for the Blues here in the 6th inning. As Gennaro's done after 5 full, it's going to be John Natoli. This will be his 8th appearance of the season. He's 3-0 with a 4.50 ERA. 18 innings pitched. He has struck out 14, walked 6, and allowed 19 hits. Last pitched on June 25th on the road against the Sharks. Got the win in that game with 4 innings out of the bullpen. Allowed just 1 earned run on 4 hits and struck out 2. Last home appearance came June 20th against the Suns, went 2 scoreless in that game. He's made 2 appearances against the Bravehearts this season, and in those 2 appearances picked up wins. June 11th on the road, went 3 innings, allowed a run on 4 hits, struck out 2. And June 14th, when the Blues won 6-5, went 4 innings in that game, allowed 2 unearned runs on 4 hits and struck out 3. So 7 innings and just 1 earned run allowed by Natoli against the Bravehearts this season. He will face the 8-9-1 hitters, Brian Hart, Mariano Ricciardi, and Trevor Johnson. First pitch is a called strike 0-1 on Hart.
Now we'll see here if the Bravehearts can respond to the 2 runs by the Blues in the bottom of the 5th, which has been a theme all season between these 2 squads.
0-1 pitch, swing and a miss 0-2, but more importantly, because it's raining, this is an official game. So if they stop, it can't continue. That's a victory.
13-12 on the season.
0-2. Down goes Hart on strikes as Natoli with a 3-pitch strikeout to start his night. 1 away here in the 6th, and that'll bring up Ricciardi.
But once again, it continues for the boys in blue. This bullpen, which has been worked a lot, but these guys have success. Doesn't matter what inning they come in, they come throwing strikes. They don't mess around, and they can once again give Palmer a few innings out of the pen.
Ball 1 to Ricciardi. He is 0 for 2. Popped up to short and reached on a fielder's choice. And his 2 at-bats. Swing and a miss. Good fastball by Natoli to count 1-1.
We'll see the umpire here talking to one of the coaches on the Blues. As you said, though, official game now.
1-1 pitch. Swing and a miss. 1-2. Rain coming, looks like it's coming out a bit harder now. Not much, but still slightly harder. 1-2. Swing and a miss. Just the job by Natoli so far in this inning. 2 batters, 2 strikeouts, and 2 outs in the 6th. And that'll bring up the leadoff hitter, the top of the order, and Trevor Johnson, who is 1 for 2. Flied out to center in the first, singled and scored in the third, and was hit by a pitch in the fourth.
But Natoli continues his nice pitching against the Bravehearts.
First pitch misses, ball 1 here. Working quickly, but that one misses again, and the count 2-0. So Natoli came into this game against the Bravehearts, 7 innings, 8 hits, just 1 earned run, 5 strikeouts. He's got up to 7 now against the Bravehearts with back-to-back strikeouts here in the 6th. Deals a strike here, count 2-1.
We'll look to come back in this count and potentially strike out the side here in the 6th.
2-1 pitch from the right-hander, fouled straight back 2-2. He now has that chance to strike out the side. Two balls, 2 strikes, 2 outs here in the 6th inning. 5-4, Blues lead the Bravehearts. Natoli fires away, and that's fouled straight back, still 2-2.
If Johnson reaches, Pat DeMarco is on deck, who's 1 for 2 so far tonight with a base hit and scored a run in the third.
Two coming from Natoli. Just misses a little low, and the count now full 3-2.
Close pitch.
Look like from here, I mean, we can't see the whole plate from where we are, but it looked like he might have been at the knees.
I thought he was going to ring him up.
3-2. That's hit on the ground to short. Blaylock fires the first at a nice 1-2-3 inning for John Natoli in the top of the 6th. We're through 5.5. 5-4. Blues lead the Bravehearts here on the Beat, the Bristol Blues Broadcast Network.
Being arrested and charged with a crime is frightening and stressful. It is important to remain silent until you can speak with an attorney who knows how to protect you. At the law offices of Jody Zills Gagny, I take pride in smart and proactive criminal defense. I will guide you through the legal system and diligently pursue the best possible result within the framework of the law to get the charges dismissed, negotiate on your behalf, or fight for you at trial. Before you talk to anyone, call attorney Jody Zills Gagny at 860-582-4495 or go to the ads directory at bristolbeat.com and search keyword Jody. That's Jody with an I, for the law offices of Jody Zills Gagny.
We're back on the Beat, the Bristol Blues Broadcast Network. To the bottom of the 6th we go here at Muzzy Field, with the Blues holding a 5-4 lead over the Bravehearts.
It's the bottom of the 6th, which means we'll take a look at the FCBL scoreboard for Saturday, July 1st. The Dirt Dogs win Game 1 of a doubleheader against the Martha's Vineyard Sharks 12-5. And in Game number 2, currently the bottom of the 8th, the Dirt Dogs lead the Sharks 8-5. Why is this game important? Because the Dirt Dogs are in first place in the West Division. In the top of the 7th inning, the Brockton Rocks, who are in first place in the East, they trail the Seacoast Mavericks 6-2. And we do have one game that was postponed tonight and will be made up on July 11th at 7. The Suns against the Navigators.
The Suns, I'm sure, over the past 2 nights are sick of rain.
Yeah, they are. They here last night for a few hours, and then their game at home gets canceled. As you'll see now, the grounds crew is coming over here, checking out the field.
They have Anthony Oletta has not yet even thrown any warm-up pitches, as he discussed with the umpire the condition of the mound, as the grounds crew brings some of the quick drying agent to the mound to try to see if they can harden that up a little bit. Infielders don't seem to be bothered by it, as they take infield practice, as they typically do between innings, as they start to toss that drying agent on the mound. Steady rain coming down here at Muzzy Field. Unlike last night, this game started right on time, about 7:01. Much better than last night. After last night, we scheduled start time at 7 o'clock, ended up starting at 9:13, and only played 2 full innings.
Yeah, considering the forecast when we drove up here for the game, we didn't think it was going to look that good, and we thought definitely could be the same situation as last night, but so far so good, as we are here in the bottom of the 6th, and our player of the game is leading off, Garrett Blaylock, who's 2 for 2 tonight with an RBI.
Yeah, it was weird. They said when we were driving up here, it looked like it was going to be good thunderstorms starting at like around 7:15, 7:30 or so, and then it kind of looked like it was breaking up, and then there's just a big cell that's headed our way here of rain and thunderstorms. So the grounds crew are trying their best to fix the mound in the home plate areas.
They're taking their time. You want to make sure all these conditions are in the best scenario for these players.
So I guess while we're waiting for play to resume here, let's talk about Michael Gennaro and his first start in about 2.5 weeks. For someone who hasn't pitched in 2.5 weeks, he was working quickly, throwing strikes. They had a little bit some control issues with hitting 3 guys, but he didn't walk anybody. He limited damage, did allow 4 runs, but I would say for not pitching since June 14th, he looked fairly well.
Oh, for sure. And that's the main thing, especially with that long delay that he has not pitched in a long time, to go out there and to at least keep him in the game, despite, like you said, the 3 hit-by pitches that he threw in this one. For him to go out there and only give up 3 runs, or actually 4 runs, pretty impressive out there. And listen, that's all you have to do nowadays if you're the Blues, if you're a pitcher. You just got to go out there, do your thing, keep them in the game, because this offense, every time they give up runs, they always seem to respond, bounce back, and match whatever runs that the other team gets. And right now, it's happened again tonight as they currently lead 5-4.
Gennaro's final line went 5 innings, 6 hits, 4 runs, all of which were earned, and not walk anybody. He struck out just 1. And it looked like we were about to start playing, but now more of that drying agent is going to be applied to the mound.
Now we'll see the manager come out too. Check out the conditions on the mound. And that's the main thing for these pitchers. You don't want any of these throwers for both teams to get injured, especially with the rain still coming down. So the grounds crew will try their best.
Now, what's a good thing is you look around the infield. The infield looks in pretty good shape.
It does.
Now, the more important things is where a lot of people mostly going to be are, which is obviously the pitcher's mound, probably the utmost important place, and around the home plate area. But everywhere else on the infield looks pretty good. No puddling going on anywhere.
No.
Last night,
that was
how
bad.
hard the rain was coming down, for how long the hard rain was coming down, there was a lot of puddling around the infield, especially around third base.
Foul territory in the grass.
Yes, around the warning tracks. Both were just full of water. This rain is not nearly as hard as last night.
No, it's not. But it's supposed to turn around tomorrow, be very warm, and that will continue expectedly when we're here Monday and Tuesday.
Monday and Tuesday look very
I
nice.
think high 80s.
With, as far as I've heard, no humidity.
And that's the main thing.
So those are going to be 2 great nights, July 3rd and 4th, here at the ballpark.
Celebrating with you.
There's no other way I'd want it, really. Here at a baseball game? 2 baseball games?
That's right. No, absolutely not.
So now play is finally set to resume. Nice job by the grounds crew to fix the mound in the home plate area. So we're finally set to go as the player of the game, Garrett Blaylock, who's playing like the player of the game tonight. He's 2 for 2, had an RBI single and scored a run in the second inning, and had a single in the 4th. So he's 2 for 2 with an RBI and a run scored. And he will lead off the bottom of the 6th against Anthony Oletta.
And more lefty on lefty matchups.
First pitch is inside with a fastball, 1-0.
Because you have Grover on deck too, another lefty.
Oletta sets at the belt, now delivers the 1-0 pitch. That's drilled into right field. That is going to get down in front of Keiko for a leadoff single. So Blaylock on first, nobody out, and that will bring up Brandon Grover as Blaylock is now 3 for 3.
What can you say? Player of the game so far, 3 for 3, making us look good. A great job so far tonight. And Grover, go all the way back in the second, drove in that run for the Blues.
Part of the 3-run bottom of the second for the Blues that inning. Blaylock at first, nobody out. Oletta deals, and that's hit on the ground to short. Jensen to second one, on to first, and he's safe. So Grover reaches on the fielder's choice.
And they say he's out?
Now, they just called Grover out at first base, and we're not entirely sure why. And they're going to say, yeah, they're going to go with an illegal slide at second base. So that means both runners are going to be out. So now 2 outs and nobody on as Nick Roy steps to the plate. So bad break for the Blues there. And Roy fouls that one away, 0-1.
That's the first time we've seen that this year called, at least at home. We've never seen that before.
That's typically a call you generally see. Have to go back and watch that slide later. I was looking at first base on the return throw to see what was happening there. Breaking ball strike, Roy down on the count 0-2. Roy is 1 for 1 at a sac fly in the second, and Singleton scored in the fifth.
Because initially I didn't see anything wrong.
And the home plate umpire made that call. 0-2 pitch, outside 1-2.
Those umpires, they have their eyes everywhere.
Especially with a two-man crew, that's hard.
Yeah.
You have to really be on your toes. 1-2 the count on Roy. 2 outs, nobody on in the sixth with the Blues up by 1. Rain still coming down here at Muzzy. Oletta deals, breaking ball in the dirt, 2-2.
So Oletta here has done a pretty nice job coming out of the bullpen, have to say.
Did give up the 2-run single, so 2 of the inherited runners he had scored, but then he didn't allow any more. Did a nice job to get out of that inning. Has done a nice job so far here in the sixth. Lefty deals to the right-handed swinging Roy, and that's foul, first base side. And count remains 2-2.
And coming up next inning for the Bravehearts in the seventh will be the 2, 3, and 4 hitters, DeMarco, Keiko, and Kosinski.
Dangerous next inning, considering how well they've, especially Kosinski, the way he's played tonight. 2-2 pitch to Roy, fouled off again, still 2-2.
But Natoli did have 2 strikeouts in the top of the sixth.
He looks sharp, and he's going to have to continue looking sharp in the seventh.
Yes, he will.
But the rain's still coming down, and I'm sure making that ball pretty difficult to grip and control. Again, the 2-2 to Roy. Again, fouled off. So Roy with a long at-bat. We've seen him do this a lot of this season with long at-bats and protecting with 2 strikes.
Yeah, he's been doing it all season long, and it benefited him back in the fifth when he got that hit. And then the scoring as well.
This will be pitch number 8 of this at-bat. With the count still 2-2, 2 outs, nobody on. Well, left-hander deals to Roy, and again fouls at first base side. Umpire going through a lot of baseballs. The count remains 2-2.
Yeah, Roy scored on the 2-run single by Williams.
And now we'll let it last for a new baseball. Umpire doesn't have that many to trade in anymore after all these foul balls. This will be pitch number 9 in this at-bat. Long battle between the lefty Oletta and the right-handed swinging Roy. The pitch. Fouled off again. So we're going to get to double digits in this at-bat. As a fan made a nice catch in the crowd. Roy giving out a lot of souvenirs in this at-bat. 2-2 the count. Let's see the left-hander. And he finally got him. Chased a high fastball. And after 6 full innings of play here at Muzzy Field, it's 5-4 Blues on the Beat, the Bristol Blues Broadcast Network.
The Beat Bristol's Rock Mix is proud to be the official broadcast station of the Bristol Blues, the city's very own baseball team. So whether you're at the field or away, catch every home game from Muzzy Field by listening to the broadcast at bristolbeat.com or on our free app. This year's winning combination, Bristol Blues Baseball on Bristol's Rock Mix, The Beat.
To inning number 7 we go here at rainy Muzzy Field on the Beat, the Bristol Blues Broadcast Network, with the Blues leading the Worcester Bravehearts 5-4 of a back-and-forth game, which has become typical of these two teams when these two teams meet up. And they'll meet up again on Monday on July 3rd, the day before 4th of July. We'll be back here for that game as well.
That's right. And once again, look at the scoreboard. Blues lead 5-4 every game this year between these two teams. The end result has been by 1 run.
With the Blues winning 3 of those games, 3-1 against the Bravehearts this season. Natoli back out for his second full inning of work after he threw a strong 1-2-3 sixth inning with 2 strikeouts and a ground out.
Yep, struck out Hart and Ricciardi, the 8 and 9 hitters. But now, as you mentioned before, tough task with the hitters 2, 3, and 4 coming up, the heart of the order for the Bravehearts.
The left fielder DeMarco will start it off. He's 1 for 3, flied out to right in the first, singled and scored in the third, and flied out to center in the fourth.
Yeah, by the way, pun intended.
I see what you did.
See what you did?
I
Okay,
did.
the heart.
I did,
Okay.
yes.
Just making sure.
You're very brave to do that, Joe.
Mm-hmm.
So DeMarco will lead it off. Natoli deals. Strike on the inside corner, 0-1.
And that bullpen is quiet for the Blues. This will definitely be Natoli's inning. Rightfully so, the way he pitched in the 6th.
0-1, pitch foul the way 0-2. There's actually, because of the rain, they actually took in the bullpen mound out there. It's so they took that away. So this is Natoli's going to look out there and see no one backing him up. 0-2, check swing. Did he go? No, said the first base umpire, 1-2.
And so far, a quiet night for Keiko, who's on deck, only reached base on a hit by pitch in the 3rd.
Swing and a miss. Natoli gets the strikeout on the high fastball. He has struck out 3 of the 4 batters he has faced so far. And there's one away, and here comes Keiko. As Mark mentioned, he's only reached base once. And that 3rd inning was hit by a pitch, came around to score. Flat out to right in the 1st and fouled out to the catcher in the 4th. First pitch skied left side, and that will be out of play, 0-1. Despite him being 0 for 2 with a hit by a pitch, you have to be very careful with him with a one-run lead.
Of course, leads the league with 7 home runs and with 25 RBIs.
He's a tough guy to get out, and now Natoli, though, heading the count 0-2.
Maybe in a situation, too, because nobody on base, you can afford to throw maybe a couple balls out of the strike zone, see if he'll chase it.
And you know what? I think the Blues have found a hole in his swing. Here comes the 0-2. Check swing. Did he go? Yes, said the first base umpire, and Keiko with his arms wide open, wondering how he possibly could have swung at that, but he did, said the first base umpire. So he's down on strikes and 4 strikeouts. As now the manager of the is yelling at the home plate umpire, saying there's no way he swung at that. How can he tell that he swung at that? As he dismissively waves away as he heads to the third base coaching box. So Natoli with a strikeout. He has struck out 4 of the 5 batters he's faced. And now Kuczynski takes a strike on the outside corner, 0-1. Kuczynski has doubled twice in this game.
Yeah, what a great job by Natoli tonight. Once again, gives the Blues exactly what they're looking for. He's pulling a page out of Frasca, who, once again, we saw that time when he came in the 8th, strike out 5 guys in 2 innings.
1-1 on the count on Kocinski, fouls that back, and now with another chance for another strikeout.
And I think Frasca finished that game that night.
He did. He earned the save in that game. Pitched the 8th and the 9th. 1-2. Natoli deals. Just misses, and the left side of the Blues infield all took one gigantic hop simultaneously toward the third base dugout.
The 2 Vanderbilt boys.
They were in sync on that one. Here comes the 2-2. And that's hit on the ground to second. Tomosa gets Kocinski, and that will do it. Stretch time here at Muzzy Field. The Blues leading 5-4 on the Beat the Bristol Blues Broadcast Network.
Looking for a great day out on the golf course? Join us for the Central Connecticut Chambers of Commerce Golf Tournament taking place Monday, August 7th at Tunx's Country Club in Farmington. This tournament is tons of fun with lots of prizes, great food, free gifts, good company, and some beautiful golfing. Plus the chance to win 5 hole-in-one prizes, including $10,000, 2 Harleys, and 2 brand new cars. Sponsorships, foursomes, and individual golfer opportunities available. Register today at centralconnecticutchambers.org.
Welcome back to the Beat, the Bristol Blues Broadcast Network. 5-4. The Blues lead it as we head to the bottom of the 7th. New pitcher for the Bravehearts will be Kendall Pomeroy. This will be his 8th game. Has not won or lost a game. 2.61 ERA. He's picked up 1 save. 10 in the 3rd innings. He struck out 14. A lot of walks, though. 11 walks in 10 in the 3rd innings, along with 13 hits. So seems like he's gotten lucky to have a 2.61 ERA with 13 hits allowed and 11 walks in 10 of the 3rd innings. Last pitch June 25th against the Dirt Dogs, when an inning in that game allowed an earned run, 2 hits, a walk, and struck out 3. In that game against the Dirt Dogs, the final score in that game was your typical baseball score of 16-14. So that is a new Bravehearts pitcher as we start the bottom of the 7th.
All right, so bottom of the 7th means it's time to wish some baseball players a happy birthday. All of them tonight are current. A happy 26th birthday to St. Louis Cardinals pitcher Michael Wacha, who, by the way, is pitching tonight against the Nationals. And through 5 innings, he's only given up 3 hits, no earned runs, and has struck out 7. So a very happy birthday for him so far tonight.
So far, nice birthday present.
And a happy 31st birthday to Rockies outfielder Charlie Blackmon, who hit his 17th home run of the season last night in their victory over the Diamondbacks 6-3. And a happy 37th birthday to Seattle Mariners designated hitter Nelson Cruz, who on the season is hitting .285 with 14 home runs and 59 RBIs. Cruz, one of Rick's fantasy players, is 2 home runs shy of 300 for his career.
So I'll get to hopefully be the beneficiary of his 300th career home run. For the Blues this inning, it will be the top of the order. 1, 2, and 3. Mark Tomosa, Chris Davis, and Mitch Williams. Right before this inning started, the Bravehearts manager, J.P. Pine, had a long animated discussion with the home plate umpire. Still complaining about Keiko's strikeout, asking how could possibly the first base umpire see a left-handed hitter's swing or whether he went around or not. First pitch to Tomosa is a strike, 0-1.
But did not get tossed as of yet.
No, I'm sure if there's one more call that goes against the Bravehearts, we may see some fireworks.
Yeah, we will.
Lightning and thunder. 0-1 pitch, fastball on the outside corner, 0-2.
So Tomosa, Davis, and Williams here for the Blues in the bottom of the 7th. Look to add a few more runs for the pitchers tonight, as they only lead 5-4.
0-2 pitch, down and away, 1-2. Rain still coming down. The ground crew had to go treat the infield and put some drying agent down around the bases. 1-2 pitch, sticks his bat out, pokes it into center field, and a base hit for Tomosa, his second hit of the night. Good start for the Blues here in the 7th with a leadoff single, and that'll bring up Chris Davis.
And like Tomosa back in the 5th, also got a hit, Chris Davis. So the Blues set up nicely here with Davis at the plate. Tomosa on first. Maybe we'll see another hit and run action.
We did see that earlier. Davis tonight is 1 for 3. Flight out to center, flight out to left, and singled. Tomosa leads off first. Davis swings and misses. And the count 0-1.
I would say definitely do that again if you hit and run, because when you do that, it's going to open up one side of the field for them to just plug it right in there, and next thing you know, it could be first and third.
And it puts pressure on the defense, and we've seen when pressure is put on this Bravehearts defense, sometimes they fold under that pressure as Davis fouls left side and out of place. 0-2 now.
And Tomosa just has 3 stolen bases on the season.
Has he been caught?
One time.
Once. This Blues team is very good about not getting caught. That's in the dirt, and Koffel has no idea where it is, and Tomosa slides into second safely. So now Tomosa at second with nobody out. That is a big play, as now Davis with a ground ball to the right side could put a runner at third and 1 out.
And that's all you want right here. Just move them to third. Get them over there with 1 out. Let the boys in blue do the rest. But you talked about their percentage. 26 stolen bases on the season, only been caught 5 times.
So Tomosa at second, nobody out. Davis looking to at least send him to third base. And at best, drive him home.
And Mitch Williams already has 2 RBIs, and he's on deck.
Runner at second, nobody out. 5-4, Blues lead it in the bottom of the 7th inning. Pomeroy, the new pitcher. Right-hander deals, and Davis trying to hit the ball on the right side, and he hit a foul into the Bravehearts dugout. So the count remains 1-2.
The Bravehearts are covered over there.
Yeah, they get the covered awning over their dugout. The Blues dugout on the left side of the field, third base side, is uncovered, so they hang out in the rain. They don't seem to mind, though. 1-2, and he does his job. Hits the ball on the ground on the right side. Davis retired 4-3, but Tomosa goes to third with 1 out, and that will likely force the Bravehearts to bring in their infield for Mitch Williams.
Oh, they have to bring the infield in now, especially with the way Natoli's pitching, and you'll definitely see him out there in the 8th. But that's ABC baseball right there. Get on first base, Tomosa with the single, move to second, and that moves to third on the productive out by Davis, which now Williams gets the chance to drive in his third run of the game.
And they scored that a wild pitch. So a runner at third, 1 out. Williams with a chance to extend the Blues lead. Fouls the first pitch off, and the count 0-1. Williams flied out to center in the first, grounded out to second in the third, and had the big 2-run single in the 5th inning that gave the Blues their 5-4 lead. Infield drawn in. Williams trying to bring him home. Hit on the ground to short. That's not going to do it. Williams retired. 6-3. Tomosa has to hold at third, so Williams does not get the job done as he grounds out to short. Infield can head back. Runner at third, 2 out now, and Ben Maycock, who's 0 for 3, comes to the plate.
Yeah, looking for his first hit on the night, and they could not come in a more better situation here to try to pick up his teammate Williams and drive in the 6th run of the game and to increase his deficit, or increase his lead by 2.
Maycock flied out to center in the second, struck out swinging in the third, and fouled out to the catcher in the 5th. First pitch at the knees, strike 1. No one warming in the Blues bullpen, so it looks like it'll be Natoli in the 8th. No one also warming in the Bravehearts bullpen as of now. 0-1 the count, and now that misses down on the way 1-1.
And it'll be the 5, 6, and 7 hitters for the Bravehearts next inning. Jansen, Friday, and Koffel.
Maycock trying to deliver a big 2-out hit for the Blues to try to double their lead. As that's thrown to third, it's going to go into left field. Tomosa's going to score on the error by Koffel as he tried to pick off Tomosa at third base and instead threw the ball down the left field line. And so Maycock doesn't have to worry about the 2-out hit as the error allows a run to score.
Yeah, that was definitely a questionable decision there by Koffel because Tomosa really didn't have that big of a lead. And by the time the ball was thrown back, he was already on third, and just a bad throw in the dirt goes to left field. But, hey, if you're the Blues, you'll take it, and now you're up 6-4.
The pitch was a ball to Maycock, so it's 2-1. First error of the night for the Bravehearts as Maycock fouls that away, 2-2.
That was so risky to do that. And the lead wasn't even that big.
He didn't have a big enough lead, and you have to take into account the weather. I mean, the ball's going to be slippery. You're not sure you're going to have that much control on it as you throw it to third base, and your pitcher is one pitch away getting out of it. And he strikes out Maycock there, so that throwing error by Koffel really hurts. But the Blues will take it, definitely, as they now lead 6-4 as we head to the 8th in this one on The Beat, the Bristol Blues Broadcast Network.
The Beat and Bristol Blues Baseball would like to take you and 3 others out to the ball game. Listen to Bristol Blues Baseball home games on The Beat. Throughout the broadcast, Ricky and Mark will give out the Blues player of the game. Then head over to The Beat's website at bristolbeat.com or our Facebook page at Bristol Beat and look for the Blues Enter to Win form. All correct entries have a chance to win a family 4-pack of tickets to an upcoming home game at Muzzy Field. Each ticket comes with a first round of snacks on us, The Beat, and Bristol Blues Baseball. Listen for the player of the game to win on The Beat, the official broadcasters of Bristol Blues Baseball.
We're back on The Beat, the Bristol Blues Broadcast Network, to the top of the 8th inning we go at Muzzy Field, where it is still raining pretty hard here with the Blues on top of the Bravehearts 6-4.
It's still raining and Pine's still talking to the umpire. But you got to come out and watch the top collegiate players participate in the FCBL All-Star Game on Tuesday, July 18th, right here at Muzzy Field. You also enjoy some kids' games, baseball activities, and a great selection of food and drinks. Tickets are currently available at bristolbluesstore.com or at the Blues retail store at 357 North Main Street.
That All-Star Game just in 17 days. As Pine is still talking to the home plate umpire, I'm assuming still about Keiko's strikeout. And they're both talking to each other with their arms spread wide, saying, what do you want me to do? What do you want you to do? The grounds crew is out. Grounds crew is spreading more drying agent on the mound and around the home plate area. To try to make things easier for the pitchers and players alike. It's still a steady rain. It's been probably raining, probably a good half hour, 40 minutes or so.
Yeah, it has.
Probably closer to 40.
But they were like, you know what? We're just going to play through it. We don't want a rain delay. They probably know what happened last night, obviously. And they don't want a repeat of that, as now Ronnie Palmer's talking to the home plate umpire. They figure they have a lot of time here. In between innings, got to get the field ready. So these umpires have a nice little chat with both managers for both teams.
Well, the players are ready to go as Jensen is digging into the box. There was no home plate umpire. The players almost decided, hey, let's finish this game ourselves. Jensen on the night is 1 for 3, singled in the second, popped up to second in the third, and grounded out to short in the fifth. He's down to the count 0-1 after foul ball. Nobody warming in the Blues bullpen or the Bravehearts bullpen. Natoli deals inside 1-1.
You cannot talk enough about the job he's done so far. 4 strikeouts in relief, especially striking out DeMarco and Keiko last inning. Great job for Natoli.
1-1, fouled right side and out of play. 1-2. Chance for another strikeout here.
Looking for number 5 on the evening. From Fairfield, Connecticut, going to Cornell. As a 1-2 count to Jensen.
That is again fouled off right side and out of play. Still 1-2.
Wonder if Natoli tomorrow obviously probably will not be available, considering already going his 3rd inning in that game against the Silver Knights.
1-2 is down and away 2-2. Right-hander Natoli deals. Breaking ball hit on the ground left side and into left field for a base hit past the diving Gonzalez at third. So that is the first base runner Natoli has allowed. And it's to Jensen to lead off the 8th. And that'll bring up the DH John Friday.
And Friday has 2 RBIs on the night. Got the base hit back in the 3rd. And then flew out to Maycock in the 5th, which scored a run. Kozinski. So now he's up here as the tying run in the 8th.
So 2 runs batted in for Friday tonight here on the Saturday. Natoli deals, and that's hit in the air deep down the right field line. And that will be out of play. The count 0-1. Natoli, trying to work around a leadoff single. The first base runner he's allowed since coming in. Checks the runner at first, and he's back in time.
And how big will that run be, the 6th run for the Blues? Especially if the Bravehearts ever score here.
That was not a good decision to throw that ball by Koffel, as Natoli deals a strike 0-2.
Even if there was a big lead there, that'd still be dangerous. Especially in these conditions like you mentioned.
That's a tough throw. I'm not entirely sure I agree with it. Koffel, I'm sure, is kicking himself over there. 0-2 was fouled straight back to the screen. Still 0-2.
But he's on deck, so he can make up for it. There's always that one play in the game that might come back to haunt a team. And we'll see if that's the one.
Right-handed Natoli sets at the chest. Long set now delivers. And he got Friday looking. Strikeout number 5 for Natoli, as there was one away here in the 8th.
Here's Koffel now, who on the night is 0 for 3. Flew out to Ben Maycock twice. And then it popped out to Grover at first, back in the 5th. Mitch Williams playing first base tonight.
First pitch has popped up. Right side, Mitch Williams in fair territory at first, makes the catch, and 2 outs. So a strikeout, and they pop up on one pitch, and that'll bring the third baseman Brian Hart,
who struck out his last at-bat in the 6th, and did reach base once back in the 4th on the error by Blaylock.
Natoli working quickly, already has come to a set, and now the first pitch, swing and a miss, 0-1. Tommy Curtin is now walking down the third baseline, heading to the Blues bullpen. So we might see an appearance by him in the 9th inning. 0-1, swing and a miss, 0-2. Of the 9 batters Natoli has faced, he has struck out 5 of them.
Looking for number 6 now.
After Gennaro went 5 innings, struck out 1.
He's been doing all season, Natoli.
The right-hander sets, looking for yet another one on 0-2. With 2 outs. The pitch. He struck him out swinging. Strikeout number 6 for John Natoli in 3 brilliant innings. We head to the bottom of the 8th. 6-4, Blues lead it here on The Beat, the Bristol Blues Broadcast Network.
Bristol Blues present Northeast Wrestling live at Muzzy Field in Bristol, Connecticut on Friday, July 28th. See Rey Mysterio, Big Sexy Kevin Nash, Jack Swagger, Jerry Lawler, Hacksaw Jim Duggan, Wrecking Ball Legursky, Ron Zombie, and more. Autograph signing with the stars before the event. Tickets start at only $10, available now at BristolBluesStore.com, NortheastWrestling.com, or at the Stadium box office. See Rey Mysterio, Kevin Nash, Jack Swagger, and more live at Muzzy Field in Bristol on Friday, July 28th. Brought to you by Ben & Jerry's of Connecticut.
Welcome back to the Beat the Bristol Blues Broadcast Network. To the bottom of the 8th we go at a still rainy, muzzy field with the Blues on top of the Bravehearts 6-4.
One more time. The Beat and Bristol Blues Baseball would like to take you and 3 others out to the game. Listen to every Blues home game on The Beat, Bristol's Rock Mix. Throughout the broadcast, we will give out the Blues Player of the Game. Then you must head over to the Beat's website, bristolbeat.com, or Facebook page. Look for the Beat Blues Enter to Win form. All correct entries have a chance to win family 4-packs of tickets to an upcoming home game at Muzzy Field. Each ticket comes with a first round of snacks on us. Tonight's player of the game is shortstop Garrett Blaylock, who's 3 for 3 and is hitting third this inning. Listen for the player of the game to win only on The Beat, the official broadcasters of Bristol Blues Baseball.
It will be the 5, 6, and 7 hitters for the Blues. Jason Gonzalez will lead it off. He walked and scored in the second inning, grounded out to short in the fourth, and struck out swinging in the fifth. After him is Jeff Schoenfeld, and as Mark mentioned, Garrett Blaylock. And Gonzalez fouls that away against the right-hander Kendall Pomeroy, who came in to pitch the bottom of the 7th, so this is his second full inning of work. The right-hander deals on the outside corner. And a count 0-2, Pomeroy, native of Shrewsbury, Massachusetts, who goes to UMass Lowell. Breaking ball down and away 1-2. One of his teammates being Mark Tomosa.
That's right. And the Blues will look to to get back on the winning streak and to go to 13-12 on the season.
1-2 as Gonzalez fouls that one straight back over our heads. Count still 1-2.
And if the Blues can hold on to win, they'll be 13-6 in their last 19 games.
Was kind of surprising after considering their 0-6 start.
Yeah. But I've turned things around, especially here at Muzzy. Try to go to 9-4 overall.
1-2, chopped on the ground slowly. Pomeroy can't get it. It's going to be a slow roller, and Gonzalez is going to have an infield hit. The ball gets away. Gonzalez realized it too late, and he's have to get it back to first. And he will get back.
Trying to go second there, too, with that lead?
Yeah, he started wandering off a little bit. So an infield single, once it got past Pomeroy with the slow, wet grass, that's going to be a tough play for Ricciardi at second. So Gonzalez with an infield hit, his first hit of the night, and that'll bring up Jeff Schoenfeld.
And the Bravehearts have lost 2 straight games, and if they lose this one, they'll go to 11-13 on the season.
Jeff Schoenfeld tonight has a single that came in the second inning, and he scored a run. Singled in the fourth, but was thrown out trying to stretch that into a double. Was out 9-6, and grounded out to short in the fifth, so he's 2 for 3.
Nice little cushion for Curtin in the ninth. If they can get another run here.
Up the middle, right back to Pomeroy. He goes to second one and to first for the double play. A nifty 1-6-3, a double play. Quickly erases the leadoff single, and it's be 2 out, nobody on for Garrett Blaylock, the player of the game.
And even though that would seem like a simple play there for Pomeroy, especially the conditions, took his time, settled, made a great throw to second, back to first for double play.
And as Yankee fans who remember the 2001 World Series, when a pitcher fields a slick ball and tries to turn a double play, nice to see a pitcher take his time and make a solid throw. Not Mariano Rivera back in 2001. Blaylock takes a pitch outside 1-0.
But yes, you mentioned Blaylock, our player of the game, 3 for 3, looking for hit number 4.
That misses down and in 2-0. Blaylock single drove him in a run with an RBI single in the second inning, singled in the fourth, and singled in the sixth. So all of his hits singles. Fouls that one back 2-1.
And Curtin's getting ready to come in and to save this one tonight against the Bravehearts.
2-1 pitch to Blaylock, swings and fouls it off. 2-2. Nobody on, 2 out here in the bottom of the 8th with the Blues up by 2. Blues with 3 runs in the second. 2 runs in the 5th and 1 in the 7th. And he fouls that one back. Still 2-2. The Bravehearts with 3 in the 3rd, 1 in the 5th, and that's it.
But great job tonight by the Blues. Everyone starting tonight, whether it was Gennaro or Natoli out of the bullpen, they did their job, and curtains coming on for the 9th.
Pomeroy deals the 2-2 pitch to Blaylock, and he fouls that one off again. I'll say this about this Blues team. They, generally speaking, do not go down easily in at-bats. They spoil and foul off a lot of pitches.
They always have all season long.
Blaylock takes inside 3-2.
Even though Blaylock here, working the count, opportunity to get on base for the 4th time, and give Grover a chance, who's on deck.
3-2 the count on Blaylock with nobody on in the 8th, 2 outs. Pomeroy deals to the left-handed hitter, and he struck him out, so Blaylock retired for the first time tonight. We head to the 9th in this one. 6-4. Blues lead it here on the beat, the Bristol Blues Broadcast Network.
Do you have questions about your retirement? Ameriprise Private Wealth Advisor Christopher Fry can help. With the exclusive Confident Retirement approach, you'll work together to develop a retirement roadmap to get you where you want to go. Call Christopher today at 860-621-5657. His office is located at 100 Queen Street in Southington. The Confident Retirement approach is not a guarantee of future financial results. Investment advisory products and services are made available through Ameriprise Financial Services, Inc., a registered investment advisor. Go to bristolbeat.com, ads directory, keyword retirement.
We go to the top of the 9th here at Muzzy Field on the beat, the Bristol Blues Broadcast Network, with the Blues ahead of the Bravehearts 6-4, looking for the victory at a rainy Muzzy Field.
And just a reminder, our next broadcast comes this Monday at 7, once again against the Worcester Bravehearts as Military Appreciation Night. If you can't make it over here to Muzzy, catch every home game of the Bristol Blues on the beat. Bristol's Rock Mix, proud to be the official broadcast station of your Bristol Blues. Bristol Blues baseball on the beat is truly a winning combination.
The top of the 9th only means one thing at Muzzy Field, and that means an appearance by Tommy Curtin, who will seek his 6th save of the season. On the season, 0-1 with a 2.84 ERA in 6 games. Across 6 1/3 innings, he has struck out 10, walked 2, and allowed 5 hits. He last pitched on June 28th right here against the Silver Knights, earned the save in that one with a dominant 9th inning. A 1-2-3 ninth inning where he struck out the first 2 men on 6 pitches. On the 3rd batter of the inning, on the first pitch, got a ground ball right back to the mound to finish the Blues 5-2 win. In that one, this will be his 3rd appearance of the season against the Bravehearts. In the previous 2 appearances he's made, has picked up the save in both games. 2 innings, 2 hits, no runs, no walks, and 1 strikeout.
And coming up for the Bravehearts here in the top of the 9th will be Ricciardi, Johnson, and DeMarco. And if one of them reaches, Keiko might get an appearance, who is still hitless on the night.
On the night, Ricciardi is 0 for 3. Popped up to short in the 3rd, reached on a fielder's choice in the 4th, and struck out swinging in the 6th. A nice job, we should mention. A really nice job tonight by John Natoli out of the bullpen. Went 3 innings, allowed just 1 hit, no runs, no walks, and struck out 6 in 3 innings.
Yeah, what can you say? Once again, Ronnie Palmer turns to him to give him 3 innings out of the bullpen to relieve Gennaro, who we figure was not going to last that long because of the long layoff. But Natoli went out there, threw strikes, 6 strikeouts, including back-to-back with DeMarco and Keiko back in the 7th. Very impressive work by Natoli, who, again, just has been sensational all season long. And all those guys in that Blues bullpen come in, throw strikes, pitch multiple innings, and give him a chance to win. And for Curtin to get another save on the season.
4 runs, 7 hits, 1 error for the Braves. 6 runs, 12 hits, 1 error for the Blues. As Curtin tries to nail down as we hear some fireworks going off behind us in the middle of the rain, so someone's definitely having a party. A wet one at that. Might hear some fireworks after the Blues win. Potential win. First pitch from Curtin to Ricciardi, pours in a fastball, strike 0-1. Our stat guy, Joe, thank you, Joe, just passed me a note saying the Curtin, if he picks up the save tonight, as that one's high and in, ball 1. If he picks up this save, his 6 saves will be tied for the league lead in the FCBL. Thanks, Joe. I owe you one. That's fouled away, count 1-2. That ball was fouled off on the left side, and it came all the way back in front of the Bravehearts dugout on the first base line.
It's pretty impressive.
That's a hard foul ball.
Looking for that punch out here.
Curtin deals the 1-2. He struck him out right on cue, Mark. Curtin with a nice start to the ninth, picks up a strikeout, 1 away. Second time Ricciardi's down on strikes. We go back to the top of the order and Trevor Johnson.
Yeah, great job right there by Curtin throwing strikes right away. 11 strikeout on the season as he's faced Johnson, who did pick up a hit back in the third.
Johnson 1 for 3, flight out to center in the first as he takes one high 1-0. Flight out to center in the first. Singleton scored in the third. Hit by a pitcher in the fourth and grounded out to short in the sixth. Curtin deals the 1-0 way high as that goes right to the backstop and all the way back to Schoenfeld. And the count 2-0.
Now this you have to be careful because Johnson has stolen 7 bases for the Bravehearts this year.
2-0 pitch, fastball, strike right down the middle, 2-1.
Has been called 1 time. So if he gets on base, watch out in a 2-run game.
Curtin dealing the 2-1, down and away 3-1. So you, as Mark said, you don't want to lose him and bring the tying run to the plate. 3-1 the count with 1 out here in the ninth. Curtin deals. That's drilled to deep center field. Davis going back. That's going to be way over his head and up against the wall. Johnson digging for second. He's going to stop there with a 1 out double. And that will bring the tying run to the plate in Pat DeMarco,
who also got a hit back in the third and scored like Johnson on that RBI double by Kozinski. And now because of the hit by Johnson, unless if we say double play here, Keiko's on deck.
DeMarco 1 for 4, flat out to right in the first. Singleton scored in the third, as Mark said. Fourth inning, he flat out to center and struck out swinging in the seventh. 1 out, runner at second, Blues up by 2. And again, I think you have to point to that throwing error by Koffel.
Of course.
Because, I mean, you don't know what Maycock's going to do in that at-bat with a runner at third. Maybe he gets a hit and it's still 6-4. But if it's still 5-4, you have a runner at second, 1 out, but instead it's a 2-run game, as Curtin misses down on away ball 1.
Absolutely, yeah, we'll see here, especially if they score a run here. And the Blues win 6-5, which has been a common score
One-run games
throughout the whole season between these two teams.
Curtin trying to hold him right here. Here comes the 1-0 pitch. Down and away 2-0. So Curtin fell behind 3-1 before giving up the booming double to Johnson, and now he's down 2-0 to DeMarco after getting a strikeout to start the ninth. Curtin sets at the chest, and here comes the 2-1. Hit on the ground right side. Tomosa on a couple hops. Throws out to Marco, and there's 2 away. So now 2 out, runner at third, and here comes the league's RBI leader, Joseph Keiko.
If you want drama, here we go. It's set up for you. 6-4, 2 outs, runner on third. Curtin trying to get another save, and with Keiko coming up, as Rick said, leads the league, 25 RBIs and 7 home runs.
Runner at third, 2 out. Blues lead by 2. First pitch is popped up. Left side, Gonzalez, foul territory. He makes the play. Tommy pulls down the curtain again, this time on the Bravehearts, as the Blues, with another tight win over Worcester, win it 6-4.
Yeah, their 4th win against the Bravehearts in 5 tries. The 2-1 win for them tonight, 6-4. But great job. What can you say? All the guys in the rotation: Gennaro, And then Natoli for 3 innings, and then Curtin, another save by him. And as we talked about, that error by Caulfield definitely came back to damage the Bravehearts tonight with that throw to the third with 2 outs. Should never have been made, but if you're the Blues, you would take it. You'll take the victory. You'll bounce back with a nice win here. You'll see what happens tomorrow against the Silver Knights, and you improve to 9-4 right here at Muzzy Field.
Another impressive win by the Blues against the Worcester Bravehearts as they now go to 4-1 against the Bravehearts on the season. And another comeback. Again, this goes down as a comeback win, considering they were down 4-3, and they hold on to win it 6-4. I think the more impressive thing about this one, it's besides the comeback, the pitching of John Natoli out of the bullpen, and then Tommy Curtin in the ninth.
And, going back to Natoli for 1 second, because he pitched 3 shutout innings tonight. Well, we saw the same thing from Anthony Marone last Saturday when he pitched 3 shutout innings against the Bravehearts.
Another fantastic win by the Blues here at Muzzy Field as they go on the season to 13-12, again for the second time this season over 500. And pick up some more points in the standings. As of right now, with that win, the Blues are now second in the Western Division in terms of points with 26 points as they only trail the Dirt Dogs in that Western Division. And they are moving up in the standings, really surprising after an 0-6 start.
Coming up for the number 1 spot, but this was a huge victory against the team in the same division. Pick up your 13 win, move to 500, and little by little, maybe they'll try to get to 5 games over 500.
So on the night, the final lines. For the Bravehearts, 4 runs, 8 hits, 1 error. For the Blues, 6 runs, 12 hits, 1 error. The win goes to Gennaro. The loss will go to Gruzecki. And the save, Curtin, as we mentioned earlier, from Joe again. Thank you again, Joe. Curtin ties the league lead in saves with his 6th save of the season after he saved the 6-4 game. Our thanks to our on-site